that in bed yet. Terrible. How are we all going? What happens if I boil the jug? That could be a good start, couldn't it? It's the new one. Is there oh, I don't know. Hang on. I'll keep up with where she puts everything in the cupboard. Sometimes I'm like, oh, can't find things. Oh, no, I'm sitting here. I was sitting here looking for a clip for that, right? This new packet. I'm like, I need a clip. There's already a clip here. Apparently it's already open. I don't know. That's a good sign you need coffee. Good morning, everybody. There's everybody. Hello. Mackay, how are you? Daniel, good to see you, man. Tree stump. Guess what happened for like a second? Or something. What happened, bro? What's going on? What up, Tree? You all good? Hey, Kendalline, great to see you. How are you? We're just gonna have a chat and stuff. You wrecked again, man. Be careful on that. You be careful on that little motorbike, buddy. What kind of gear you gotta have? You said you just had like a leather jacket or something, eh? Like you gotta. How do I put this, bro? You know, throughout my teenage years, I got a lot of injuries on motorcycles, man. Lack of gear and just trying to be overly confident and stuff. And I can tell you, it's not fun 20 years later when you've had all these broken bones, man. As much as it's like, oh, I'm just sending it, like, you know, there's consequences to these things, and you end up paying for it, right? So do be careful on that little motorbike, man. You got to have just get some gloves with some armor and get a jacket with some armor and stuff in it. You know, a decent helmet. You know, you're not going for like a $3,000 race helmet, man. You can buy a couple of $100 helmet, $100 helmet. You know, what price do you put on your head, right? So I used to work in a motorbike shop selling safety equipment and stuff, selling jackets. And there was a guy came in with his wife, and they were talking about, oh, well, we were going to get about a $400 helmet, whatever. And then they really liked this $1,200 helmet, and they're like, okay, well, sell us on it. What makes us worth the extra money? I said, you're paying for the extra safety. I said, the question you have to ask yourself is, what value do you put on your head? You only have one, right? This is the whole thing of self-improvement, of people joining a gym or whatever, and people are like, why would I do that? It's like, well, do you want to get really unfit and drop dead of a heart attack at 50? Or do you want to actually live till 80 or 90? It's like, oh, I don't want to live that long. This world sucks, whatever. But if you actually come into reality, you know, you have one body, right, to look after. So I would suggest some riding gear, dude. It's generally a good idea. Yeah, we're just going to have a coffee, have a chat. Might end up down in the garage. I don't know. I'm just flowing with my day, man. I just flow with YouTube now. I don't have like a strict schedule or agenda. Mostly doing vehicle builds and stuff, sort of body doubling streams, right? So you can get stuff done while I do, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just hanging out with the dogs, have a coffee. But you take care of yourself there, my friend. Motorcycles are dangerous, you know, they do have a reputation for a reason. Motorcycles in themselves are not inherently dangerous. They are, however, extremely unforgiving of stupidity, inattention, and bad decision making. It's not the motorcycle, bro. It's the loose nut behind the handlebars. See, that's your problem. It takes years to learn any skill, man. Like, I used to crash motorbikes like crazy as a teenager. But I learned after my first wreck and shattering my elbow that maybe I should have some protective equipment. So I'm just saying, man. This time you went down the road. Oh, so how are you doing? Are you all right, my friend? You're not injured, I hope. Because like me, bro, you've got the autism and obviously ADHD, I'd say as well, right? And you're gonna want to do dangerous things. You need an outlet for that. And all I can say is that outlet's good. After doing motorcycles for like 25 years, that outlet's really good, bro. It's the same cars, like everybody has their thing that kind of gives them that, right? For some people that's missing, you know. For us it's a bit more go fast, fly through the air, crash on ground. So I feel you, but you know, just, yeah, safety equipment. You're not going to school again, Nakai? Oh, man, everybody's having, what's going on? What is in the air this week, guys? Everybody's been driving down the road at 70k an hour. Everybody, is it just me? Is it my life? Everybody at the moment is off track. Not just me. I went out the other day. Every vehicle I got stuck behind was doing 70 kilometers an hour instead of 100. There was a truck driver, double truck and trailer I got stuck behind. He was doing 60, 70 kilometers an hour. Everybody's acting all aggressive and weird, and everybody's crashing motorbikes and not going to school. And like, what's going on, guys? What is going on in the world this week? Somebody tell me. Depression. You got, as I always say to you, Nakai, you've got a long, long life ahead of you. Like, this is what people need to understand. Like, if you're 25 and you haven't got anywhere in life yet, and you're like, I'm running out of time. You've got time, man. You got time. It's just you're trying to hold yourself to the standard of society. You're trying to hold yourself to some metric from the 1970s of, oh, you get a white picket fence, and you get a house, or you have 2 children and a white picket fence. No, this isn't the world, right? You know, most people aren't that. Most people are fighting for their lives out here, and if everybody else can do it, you can do it too, right? But you've got to create it for yourself. This is the difference between successful people and unsuccessful. It's you keep going when it gets shit. It doesn't mean it's going to fix it overnight. It doesn't mean you're not going to suffer for the next 20 years here and there, but it's 90% pain and 10% it's actually worth it, you know? That's my take. Don't be so bloody hard on yourselves. Have a bit of road rash on you. Wrist is kind of swollen and hurts. I'm just going to my elbow, but how swollen's your wrist? Because if it's literally you'll know you fractured a bone in your wrist when it's so swollen you can't see the bones of your wrist anymore. It's just it just swells up like a damn bee sting, basically, right? It'll just be rock hard, and then you need to go get it checked out, man. Yeah. Gotta keep showing up and doing the work, Doc. That's it. Severe ADHD and got degrees in applied mathematics. If you can do it, I can. Exactly. Yep. Oh, you got the math kind. Yeah, I got the autism where I'm no good at math. Hello, puppy. Yes. Yep. Well, that's it, Nakai. Just go in and get it done, man. Just go through the motion. You know, you don't have to enjoy every moment of life, right? Like, you see me out here, like, I'm chilling, but like, I have stuff on my mind, right? I have stuff going on. I have stress. I have pressures, but you just let it flow. It comes, it goes, right? We've got to be kinder to ourselves. Oh, careful. What was that? What was that? You know, that's what it's about, guys. You keep going, right? Like, that's why I do this channel. That's what I'm here to talk about, you know? That's why I do it, is to spread that message with depression and stuff and ADHD, that you keep going, right? You figure it out, and we talk about that. And then, you know, I'm doing the working on cars and stuff streams is to, you know, show people the actual work, right? Like, when you see me in the garage doing this stuff, like 99% of the time, I don't want to be doing it. Like, I'm having to drag myself up to do this stuff, right? Broke the back brake lever as well. Yep. Well, man, like, bikes are just material things, man. Like, a motorcycle, a car, whatever, it's only a tool to enable the activity, right? It's not to impress other people. It's not whatever. It's about having the tool to do the thing. It's like if you're going skydiving, you need a parachute. You know, that's how I view a motorcycle, right? Yeah, Ryan, I'm a Kiwi, mate. Yep. Kiwi born and bred. But yeah, we're just hanging out, having a chat at the moment, guys. Having a coffee. Coffee. Who wants coffee? Who wants coffee? Oh, it dumped me 29 viewers at one point, but they all left. because the channel's under automotive category now, so when they don't see cars, I guess, I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to pressure myself with YouTube. I'm not going to pressure myself. I'm going to put on a show and none of this, right? I don't do any of that here. Just keep it real. Cappuccino or latte? Oh, I always go for the lattes, to be honest. I seem to have a penchant for a good latte. Now I go tomorrow, Nakai. Face it, you'll feel stronger. Like when you don't want to jump, that's when you should jump, right? That's how life works. You go into the risk, you go into fear. Nobody gets out of life alive, right? So you go into the risk, you go into the fear. You know, you try and have some precautions, like riding gear on a motorcycle. You know, but you understand. You understand. You just gotta grit your teeth and go through, because otherwise, like, it's like I used to do that, and sometimes my brain's trying to do it today, right? My brain every day is trying to keep me in place. It's trying to stop me from what I'm doing. It's trying to hold me back and go, you can't go and do that. You know, if I listen to that, I'm going to be in trouble, right? So this is why people end up with project cars with blankets on them in the corner for years, or I can't listen, this is going on, that's going on. It's like, nothing you pursue is going to happen overnight. It takes time, and you have to have, like, kindness to yourself in that time it's going to take. That's why I'm such an advocate for, you know, just a little bit of effort here or there. 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 20 minutes there. It adds up, and it doesn't have to be something that pressures you and stresses you out. It's about being able to sort of function, you know. You've got to be able to function. Would you regret anything you wish you could do before death? I wouldn't really regret anything, man. Like I've already been down the path I've been down. I'm at where I'm at, and I grow and progress every day, so that's enough. So yes, I have dreams. Like, I'd like to go do some laps around the Nürburgring, but it's not crucial. Like, I don't have to do it before I die, or I haven't succeeded. It's just a way to do the thing, right? That's all anything is in life. Is everybody has different hobbies and stuff, right? So there's no one answer. Like, for some people, they want to go climb a freaking mountain. Some people want to play chess. That's what fulfills them, right? So it's about the lessons and the journey in life. It's got nothing to do with the activity. The activity is just a fucking canvas to paint on, right? Whatever path you go on, it's just a canvas you're painting on. Am I happy? Sometimes. You know, happiness is a fleeting emotion, right? Happiness is a fleeting emotion. You can't ever pursue being happy. Nobody is happy all the time, right? So if you're trying to pursue the goal of, I just want to be happy, it's unattainable. You can't. It's undoable. No children yet, no. Maybe in future. Unsure on that one. You take life as it comes, right? Tried to meet the grass, but instead you met the road. Yep. And go where you look, tree. Road from the Waikato. Oh, wicked, man. Yeah, Northland up here. Northland. So we're building the cabin as well. So it's another wee project going on. Hey, Wavy, how are you? Yeah, all good. All good. Just a chill one at the moment. Just chilling. I'll probably do another stream later this afternoon, like a body double garage stream or something. We'll just see how we get on. I'm just having a chat and a coffee at the moment. They make us want to live more. Yeah, it's the having children thing is a hard one for me, because for me it's about getting financially right and in a position for that before that would happen, and also what kind of world are you bringing them into? You know, the optics on how the world's going and how our lives are going to look in 30 or 40 years. And tech and jobs market and this and that. It's what world are you actually bringing them into, you know? What kind of opportunities are there going to be? Are they going to really struggle to find purpose and stuff? I do wonder about that. There's a lot of people aren't having, you know, people don't reproduce when the conditions are not right. If there's not the money, if the economy is tight, if people are struggling, taking on extra responsibilities is something that's a problem, right? This is why the population's in decline. Everyone's like, I don't think people are seeing how much people are not having kids now. We'll see the effect really strongly in about 20, 30 years when all the boomers die off and stuff, and all the old tradesmen and builders and plumbers and all of that, and they're really, like, it's all the signs are there, right? There is not in any way going to be enough people to fill this stuff. It's all going to be labour jobs. It's all going to be trades that a robot can't do yet. It's as simple as that. So there's a lot of people who will not adopt AI at the moment. They're like, I'm not even going to use the AI chat. I say use AI mode on Google to ask it about stuff and talk to it and get some answers, right? Of where you want to go with life path. I've got these skills of this and that. I don't know what to do with my life. You can have that conversation. You're going to get an answer off a lot of information, right? And you can ask more questions and stuff. But people are like, no, screw AI. Oh, these evil people, they're making the AI, da 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 da. It's like, well, it's here anyway. So you can either use it to your advantage or you can just get it obliterated by it and by the people using it. Like I saw a guy the other day rewired a whole car and engine swap, and he put a LS motor into something else, right? And he went to AI and put the wiring, here's the service manual for this model car that the engine's coming out of, here's the service manual, like go find the service manuals and read them and make me a wiring diagram. And it made him a pin for pin wiring diagram. Here, plug this to this to this to this to this, done, right? So what use is there's guys who do that. They make looms and custom convert cars and stuff over there, change the wiring looms and that, right? How much of that is just, well, you can buy a PDF file of it, do it yourself from home. It's $20, right? You know, there'll be some people will pay for it who don't really know any better, but the moment somebody's going to come in, oh yeah, bro, I just did it myself on AI. Yeah, we can do yours next weekend, bro. Grab us a box of beers. We'll screw around with it. I'll make you the file in 5 minutes. So all these kind of trades are going to dry up. I mean, that's where we're at with the tech now. Where is it in 10 years? You know, where is it in 20 years? That's the optics I'm viewing the world through, right? And I'm trying to carve out a slice for myself sustainable. Yep. Oh, you don't need rear brakes. You'll be fine. They only do 10% of the braking. Don't worry about it. But you know, again, I'm not panicking about the future. I'm just saying you got to look at the world and what's actually happening. So we just had like 9, 10 people in here, and we run through that and we go down to 3. So I don't know. Hey OG, how are you? Yeah, we're just wandering around having a chat about the world, life, whatever. It all ties in, right? Like, as I say, I do self-improvement stuff. We talk about depression, ADHD, but then I also do the cars, motorbikes, because it applies to anything. Like, I'm a freaking historic hoarder, man. Trying to clear it out, right? That's why you'll see these cleaning streams and stuff. Like, I was raised by hoarders. Wow. My father's a hoarder, and my mother is a neat freak, right? So you can see why that didn't work out. You know. And then you step into my world, and it's like, this is where I'm like, I can be happy with this. Like, this is okay, this is pretty good. But when it starts to get like, I'm just like, like, you know, you walk in here, it's like, if I want to get back there, you know, so this is the stuff I need to get on top of. Like, I'm probably just going to throw out all this Ford Fiesta stuff. I sold the engine out of the car, and I've got the doors and stuff because people have them listed, but I haven't even listed them because I'm slack. So, like, I should probably get those listed or throw them away because they're just, every time I'm stepping around the car, I'm like, you know. So, I'm learning. Bit by bit, day by day, right? Roof. Don't know what you mean there, Carlos. You'll probably be fine. Yeah, Tree, just keep an eye on that wrist, man. We got the 1200 bike running a couple of days ago, so that was good. That was good. Good progress. But you know, I'm bloody going through it at the moment, I'll tell you. I mean, it's relative, right? As far as me trying to go about my projects and da-da-da-da-da, and get on with it, I'm going through it. But I don't have problems, right? Compared to other people in the world, I don't have problems. When I have, oh no, my garage, my motorbike's broken in my garage, you know, it's not you know, people have worse problems, man. So, I don't know, bit of shed time, this bit of extra shed time lately has really been helping, and yeah, just chatting. We're just chatting at the moment. I'll do like a body double garage work stream later on. We'll probably pull the gearbox out of that grey car or something. We'll see how we get on. Is that for me, is it, dog? Alright. The corner. Yeah, the No, it's the here for now corner. It's the most dangerous thing you can say when you're working on stuff. I'll just put this here for now. Here for now. Oh, it'll be fine. I'll just put it down here for now. And 6 months later, you know, it's still there. Tends to be the go for me, to be honest. Oh, here we go. There's it. So just try clean and organise some bits and pieces. Just keep swimming, Dory, you know. Just keep swimming. But yeah, I don't know if I should stay in the autos and vehicles category, man, because you see the viewers we're getting. Instead of 20 people here, it's now like 4, it's 10, it's, you know. But I don't know where to put the category on YouTube, because it kept trying to put me in like education and stuff like that, which is workable, but it's like when people come in and I'm working on cars, it's not really cars, self-improvement, you know. I do so much varied content, it's really difficult to guide the algorithm as to what I do, because like you're meant to niche down on YouTube, and it's a real struggle when, you know, I'm not on here to talk about building cars. People swipe onto me and I'm wrenching on a car, but the channel is about body doubling, it's about facing ADHD or whatever. It's got really nothing to do with cars, it's got to do with the mechanics of life and overcoming depression and stuff. So like, how do you feed that to the algorithm, you know? But yeah, good to see you. Yeah, just having a chat at the moment, having a little tidy up in here while I'm standing here, and yeah, just flowing, you know. Don't have some grand scheme. That's alright, as I say, like, I'll just keep streaming, whatever. It takes time. I mean, this YouTube channel is going to take years to build, and I've got to learn. I'm going through the exact same thing with YouTube, as I've got to learn as I go here, right? It's not like, there's no, like, here's how to build exactly what you want on YouTube successfully. It's just, the world doesn't work that way. Yeah, the algorithms have been a mess, yeah, for sure. There's a lot of that going around. It's just, yeah. I don't know what niche you put it under when you're trying to. My main goal is to serve other people and help them with like hoarding, ADHD, depression, lack of motivation, all that kind of stuff. But you can't put all that on one channel. So if I do the live workouts on here, the algorithm isn't going to show me to the car people or the ADHD people and stuff. It's constant. Like, the algorithm has no idea who to show me to. And I'm trying to bring people together from so many different parts of life, right? And it's just a really difficult thing to do. But that's alright. I'll figure it out in time. I'll figure it out. Hey JB, how are you, dude? How's things going? Just check on these dogs real quick. Where's the boy at? Well, yeah, I just thought I'd come on, hang out, chat with you guys, so that's what we're here for. Chat at the moment and clean up a little. I'll do a body double stream later in the day, but obviously I'm not so much talking to camera in those, right? Which is yet another difficult thing of YouTube, is if you do body double streams, it's, if you're not getting the comments coming in because people are busy, you know, while they're watching the stream, then it's hard to have the algorithm feed you more people. The main thing that will feed more people in here is people staying longer. So if the average watch duration means somebody comes in here and the average watch duration is like 3.5, 4 minutes, or with body double streams, 20 minutes that people put me on in the background and watch it, that's what I'm aiming for, right? At the moment, it's like 1:20. The average viewership here is 1:20. So, not the best. Not the best. AI tries to pick me up and be like, you're outperforming other people in your niche and this and that. I'm like, yeah, great. It's not quite what I'm going for. Because how do you reach people when they come in here for 1:20? if I'm working on a car in the background, or we're talking about this or that or whatever, how am I meant to convey that the whole channel is about self-help? It's about me and my journey going through and progressing, and I want to help people. That's all. Like, I can't mention that every minute on here, right? So it is a very difficult one to do the YouTubes. But as I say, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm open to suggestions. Any other creators have some advice? Did I have a crash out on stream? Oh, probably, man. I have my moments just like anybody. That's the reality. See, the thing about my stream, bro, is I'm actually being myself. I'm not being fake like all the other people on here. I'm actually just being me. So, some people value it, some people don't, you know. It's life, man. I'm not for everyone. Like, if somebody could make a page for everyone, that person would have 3 million viewers, wouldn't they? So, you know, you can please some of the people some of the time. Never please everyone. There's plenty of people dislike me. And people have disliked me my whole life. What, I'm going to come on YouTube and suddenly everybody's going to like me? Yeah. But, you know, some people see my value. My true value here is in being real and authentic, man. Body double streams have been a tremendous help for you. I appreciate that, Bear. Your story helps me, bro. I'm really glad I could help you. And that's what it's about, is it's about when people get fed in here, I don't know how to constantly convey that it's about body doubling and help. I put up polls, I put up pinned comments, it doesn't seem to make much difference. As I say, like, I'm not really whining about it, I'm just, you know, covering, that's where I'm at with it. I'm gonna have to put some of this stuff away. Actually, you know what, that can sit on there. We're going to do a body double stream later on, so, yeah, do 2 or 3 hours or something in here. Kitchen's almost done. Awesome, bro. How you getting on with cooking again and stuff, man? But yeah, I probably did have a crash out on here, bro. What the internet deems a crash out, when I get annoyed, when I get frustrated, you know, as I say, I'm just real, so that's what you get on here, right? If people want to go watch people who are putting on a totally fake personality to please the internet, you know, they can go there. I think in time, I think this will grow and people will value that I'm just a regular ass dude. And I'll stay a regular dude on YouTube. I'm not going to flip up and become an absolute douchebag or anything. So, the right people, you know, the right people. Every sub counts, right? The right people come in, and then the algorithm tries to feed me more of those kind of people. And, you know, we'll get there, mate. We'll get there. You just have to believe. Have to have some faith. Sometimes you have to not put pressure on things and stress out over them, right? It's like me cleaning up this. I'm putting away one thing at a time. This is how I've overcome hoarding, procrastination, ADHD, depression, all that. It's not about I've got to take on a big task and fix my life. It's just put a thing away. I'm not thinking about anything else. Put a thing away. And like that's how it's the same as bolting this garage together. It's a steel frame garage. It's like Big Meccano, right? It's bolt this on, bolt that on, add a piece, add a piece, add a piece. Everything's built that way. Skills, everything, right? It's all the same. The mechanics of life are always the same. So, that's what I do here, guys. But yeah, if you do stick around, I do appreciate it, because we're trying to get the average watch duration up. If you have any questions or need any help with self-improvement, anything, let me know. Often you'll see me on here just working in the background. That's the stuff with the lowest watch time. I want the body doubling streams to be you guys put them on and I'm doing work and you're doing work and whatever. So you stay for quite a while and you benefit as well. You know, you benefit from that. Not just you're sitting around. I don't want people like just sitting around listening to me all the time. I want to help people, you know, actually get stuff done and live their lives, you know. So I don't know, man. It'll come in time. It'll come in time. Just gotta have a look, mate. G'day, Sean. How are you, bro? How you going, mate? Sick of feeling like you have to perform for people. Yeah, James, don't perform, bro. Like, you've got to be yourself. How can it be sustainable to be on YouTube? It's like you go work a job in some retail shop and you're having to smile and yay at everyone all day. This is why like regular jobs are so draining for people. You go to a job for 8 hours a day and you're not being you. You're a completely different person because you have to be. Right? What does that do to the human psyche? What does that do to a person? It's like being conditioned being in school for, you know, You sit in a classroom all through school and get educated, and then you get into the job market and it's you have to act this way, and you're not being authentic. It's like, how much time is there for you to actually be yourself? You know? And then we wonder why we don't want to leave the house and be social. You know, it all affects over time, right? This is where you've got to have kindness and compassion for yourself and understand you're nowhere near as behind as you think. There are a lot of people who they live their whole lives and they never improve. They never try and change anything. You know, that's why on here you talk about this stuff, right? I'll get 1,500 views, bro, and I'll get 2 subscribers. You know, I'll get 30 chat messages because most people don't. I don't know. Everybody's on their own path, man. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But that's the mistake I made with my first YouTube channel. Was I was being authentic, but I also wasn't. I was seeking the outcome that I'd get more subscribers or more people to view me. And the reality is the best thing I can do is be me. And it's going to attract people who understand and genuinely see that I'm just being me and they like hanging out and they like chilling. You know, they feel they can benefit from what I have to offer here. Like that's it. Like I can't hook in anybody who isn't interested, right? So hopefully the algorithm blesses me in time. Task browser is a big issue. Yep. Yeah, for sure. So everything's too much. You just don't even know where to begin, right? Which is where you were at there. And it's once you put in that little bit, like here, this bench has been really messy for months, right? And I've done a little here or there as I come in. I better put the tools away that are here, better this and that. But you know, when I actually stand here for another 10 minutes and just one thing at a time, pop them away. Like, you know, the improvement is right in front of your eyes in real time. You know, so I'm running out of places to hook things though, unfortunately. That's where my perfectionism gets involved a bit much, where I see stuff in here and my brain wants it to be perfect, but I'm getting better at just, because that's what I was like when I was a hoarder. It was very much like, you know, where do I even start? You know, It won't make a difference if I throw out some stuff, like, you know, And it's that kind of self-talk that keeps you from progress, right? Yeah. If I just come down here and chill and chat and bit by bit. You guys can't really see what I'm doing, but that's the other thing, is how to film it. Is like, I'm standing here getting stuff done now and I'm talking with you guys, but it's like, am I meant to show every little can I'm putting away? And like, because if it's on a tripod 2 meters away, I'm like, oh hey chat, oh hey, oh hang on, and my ADHD is just like, what are we trying to do here, bro? I'm like, well, I'm trying to help people on the YouTube, but this was meant to be just a chat while I had a coffee, so. Pick something and start. Yeah, that's it, Logged. Yeah, Logged, Bear's been doing really well, dude. Really well. He's one of the star pupils of the channel immediately. He's elevated himself to the top of the class, actually. There's a few people who've come in here and really turned their lives around, and that's what it's all about for me. It's all it's about. Anything I can help with, anything I can teach people. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm highly flawed. I had a YouTube creator friend accuse me of that the other day, that I never admit I'm wrong and I think I'm perfect and this and that. I said, well, what streams of mine have you been watching? Because it's like, I'm highly flawed. I'll never be perfect, you know. I make mistakes. I still make mistakes every day. I fail myself every day. I'm accountable for everything that's ever happened in my life. So, but, you know, I'm still moving forward. You've got to keep moving forward. You know? Bit by bit. Floating around doing things every now and again. Appreciate it, bro. That's the idea of when I'm streaming, you know. The worst thing you can do with watching live streams is sit there, like, sitting in bed just watching a stream. It's like, you know, like, the only thing that's going to, like, I can have all the words, but the only thing that makes it actionable for anybody is if they actually start moving and wandering around, put their phone on their bench and do their dishes, and oh, okay, and, or ask a question or whatever, right? You know, I go through this every day, man. I got up this morning, I'm like, I just want to stay in bed. I want to get stoned. I want to do nothing. That's what I want to do. That's what my brain's just like, oh, just screw it. You've done enough lately. And then the other side of my brain is like, dude, you've got so much to do. What are you doing? And it's just a battle, and it's just overcoming that battle. And that's what I'm getting good at. I'm getting better at it every day. Every day I'm getting better. We're on the up. We're on the up, boys. If you have a problem that only you can do the work, right, it's your job to do, well, the sooner you do it, the sooner you stop overthinking about it. We always know that, right? We overthink, and then you actually do the thing, and then it's just way easier, right? Just remember that. The moment your brain tries to overthink, it's like, you know what? I'm just going to go put 5 minutes at this instead, and the thing's done. Rather than guilt-tripping yourself all night going, I didn't get up and do that thing, like, right? Oh, man. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that. It's a good way of putting it. Coffee. I'll make sure, like, I would leave my coffee mug down here and justify myself. Oh, I'll grab it later, you know, when I head up to the house, whatever. But I will forget, and I'll leave it down, and then I'll be like, oh, the coffee mug's in the garage. You know, make a big first world problems in my head, right? It sounds stupid, but that's where you got to meet yourself where you're at. That's where I'm at. All right, so we'll put we'll pop that there. Oh look, now I know where my coffee mug is. Hey dog. Bit of sarcasm yourself can go a long way, right? Howdy, Ben. I'm glad you're still around. Hey, Bakito, good to see you, mate. How are you? Always around, mate. Always never stop, never quit. Just keep on moving. Movement, man, just the movement alone, of getting out here. And I was a bit mopey this morning, and I was like, oh, maybe I just won't stream today. Can't be bothered. And I was thinking, like, in the garage, like, what is there to do down here and whatever. So I thought I'll come on for a chat, have a coffee, wander around, and I'm seeing a whole heap I can work on. So we'll do a body doubling stream later today. Susie started early today, so she'll be back soon. So I'll hang out with her for a bit, and yeah, I'll like after the stream, I'll do a couple of hours at least of live something. What am I doing? Yep. Never-ending projects, man. How's life? Last time you were real bummed out? Yeah. Depends when last time was. Depends what's happened. No, I'm doing alright. Bit of a hard one with the motorbike blowing up. It was kind of the icing on the cake for me. It's just, how do I put it? Other stuff going wrong, like putting this car together, then having gearbox issues, and I've had to pull the engine back out of it. And then after getting that out, I did a live stream on that. Right, got that done, cool. And I was like, I just need a break away from the house. So I went to ride to the city on that, and then the engine blew up on the way. And that was kind of my one vehicle that wasn't broken. I'm going to go out and get some sanity time to ride that. Hello, darling. It's my darling Susie. So yeah, like that's why I was bummed out, man, is that it broken, and, you know, it definitely got a wave of, you know. But, in good news, I started fixing up the old one. That's my old bike. So we got it running. I've ordered the valve cover gasket for it. As you can see, it's leaking oil up in there. Straight onto the exhaust headers, which is fire bad. So yeah. So I've ordered that, but that's that's going to be in probably a week or so. I mean, again, it's not a major rush. I'm not trying to build the whole bike at once. I want to strip this whole bike down, you know, replace all the screws and, you know, really go over it. So I'll get this running. I'll get it rideable. I'll get some tires on it. So I can just ride, you know, I still need a bike to ride or I'll lose my little mind. We'll get this good enough. Then I'll get a motor for that. We'll fix that. And once this is running and sweet, then we'll take this off the road, strip it down to a bare frame, rebuild it all. Make it purdy. Make it nice and purdy. So that's the 2001 to 2005, and then that 1200, and then it goes to the 2006 1400. That's life, yeah, Bakito here. Word of advice, wreck on a bike, try to aim for something soft, says Tree. More, yeah, if you hit anything solid, You know, what injures a motorcyclist is suddenly becoming stationary because your skeleton stops, but your organs keep going. Momentum. That is the problem of motorcycle crashes. So one thing, the most important thing I ever got taught about motorcycling was look for the gap. Look for the gap. There is a gap somewhere. So the example I got from the person who taught me it was they were riding in England, came around a corner in the wet, and there was a truck backing into a driver, like a big curtain side truck, and it was curbed. They just happened to come, and it was curb across the whole road. The road was slippery, and they were going to smack into the side of the truck. So look for the gap. The only gap was under the truck, right? So they hit the brakes intentionally and slid under the truck and out the other side, right? Look for the gap, because if you hit something solid that suddenly stops you, you're in trouble, right? So that's the problem of target fixations. You start to run wide off a corner on a motorbike, and you go, that tree, I don't want to hit that tree. Oh my God, tree. Well, guess what you're looking at? You're going to go where you're looking. So instead of going, tree, I'm going to hit that tree, it's, okay, where's the gap? Where's the gap? There. Put your eyes there and make it go there. You know, that's your best option. I say this as a veteran of about 18 motorcycle crashes over the years. Some on track, some not. But, you know, here we go. Alright, it's life. Live and, as I say, live and learn. That's what the journey of life is. It's learning, right? It's learning. It's as simple as that. Why can it smell fire? One moment. Oh, neighbour's rubbish. You know, you smell burning plastic all of a sudden. You know, they're not meant to be burning plastic, but people do. They just throw it in the bonfire, so get your whiff of it. Aimed at the grass, end up with the road. It'll happen sometimes, tree. As I said, man, you need to just calm down the ADHD a bit there, tree. My friend. Just, I know it's fun. I know motorbikes are fun, bro. Like, I've spent my life doing this, man. I know they're fun. You know, but my old motorbike mechanic when I was young taught me, he said, you know, remember, short time thrill, long time dead. So is it worth that one extra pass? Is it worth that, you know, like guys on sports bikes on the highway, it's like, oh, I'm screaming down, oh, I'm going to go for this dodgy pass or carve this corner an extra 10 mile an hour faster. And it's like, is that worth sliding off into oncoming traffic and losing your leg? No, it's not, right? So you got to think long term with your riding. You got to think sustainable. Like, there's no point pushing a bike now to the limits where you're crashing it all the time when you're, I think, 16? There's no point. Like, if you haven't got all the gear and you can't really get injured and stuff on it or whatever, just, you know, practice over time, bro. Take it a bit easier. No, if you're constantly hitting that limit and crashing every week and, break your wrists and stuff, it's not, obviously not the way to go with it, right? It can't go on like that forever. So you're going to have to change something, right? Leather jacket saved your ass again. Man, I'll tell you, when I had my first motorbike crash, I was doing about 20 miles an hour, right? In a leather jacket that didn't have armour in it, and I shattered my elbow, which is why my arm doesn't straighten. And I was your age, bro. I was your age when that happened. And I can't straighten that arm anymore. And I shattered the whole blooming elbow. Hang on. So the bottom bone has like a ball on the end of it, right? Shattered the whole back off the elbow. And that was 20 miles an hour into a car's front fender. You know, so a leather jacket is for abrasion. A leather jacket is not for hitting the ground and not breaking shit. Okay? So, you know, leather jacket is meant to be abrasion resistant so it doesn't wear through it when you're sliding down the road. What you need is armour. Same as when I broke my ankle. I had motorbike boots that were just quite a short boot, and they didn't have a locking ankle on them. And I had a small accident and broke my ankle in 2 places. Whereas if you buy proper motorcycle boots, they have a plastic part on the side that allows the ankle to rotate to a certain point, and the boots will not let your ankle rotate beyond that point. So if you have an accident, you whack your ankle really hard, and rather than your foot snap off and your ankle go, the boot it's allowing you to move normally. But when you actually need it to not allow that, it won't let your joint go past its limit, right? You know, that's why motocross boots are halfway up people's leg with all these braces and stuff on them. You know, This is what safety equipment is for. Whiskey throttle never again. Yeah, that'll teach you. That'll teach you. Oh, the trick of whiskey throttle is pull the clutch in. Hang on, what do we... Remember something? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Just a text from Susie. Alright. Main quest. I don't know what you mean there, logged. Sorry, bro. Don't know what you mean. This is a main quest. I'm not sure what you mean, dude. Sorry. Limit. So your own control, your imagination and its boundaries with reality, the prediction. Yeah. You know, you get what you ask from the world, right? What you believe you're going to be served. What you know. You're going to hit what you aim at. So the more clarity you have, the more intention, the more certain you are. Like, it's like if you know you really like, say I really want to do a motorbike track day and I was going to the pub every night and I'm spending $100 at the pub each night. I know if I don't go to the pub each night for a week, then I can afford to do a motorbike track day, right? It's like you've got to have an aim of, okay, well, there's a reason why I'm not going to do this thing. I'm not going to go out and party because I have an exam in the morning. I'm not going to, you know, there's always things that can drag you off path. That's the temptations of the world, right? Everything's trying to drag you away from where you're trying to go. And that's where, that's what discipline is doing what actually needs doing, right? Flip this around, I'll sweep the floor. Hang on, I need it the other way. Hang on. What am I doing? Work never ends, man. There you go. But I've learned to just like slower pace stuff in life rather than rushing and I've got to get in here and crank through this. And as long as I keep that flow, I get a lot more done. Because otherwise I burn myself out in an hour. I'll do work for an hour and I'll just burn myself out. And it's, again, you've got to meet yourself where you're at in life, right? Like for some people, like, you know, I'll say to them, you know, just put 10 minutes of a task, and Jordan Peterson talks about this as well, as it seems so small, and they're like, they don't want to be like, really, like, that's my starting point. It's like, yeah, if that's your starting point, that's your starting point. That's where you're at. You don't have to like guilt yourself or what will other people think or something, or like, where's that guilt coming from? It's always you versus you. So where is the guilt coming from that it's like, oh, what will other people think? And like, oh, like only 5 minutes, something like, am I that broken? It's like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. Like, I have to admit that with myself. Like I'll be sitting there doom scrolling Instagram and shit. Like, I really need to go and get some work done. I'm wasting time. And then 10 minutes later, I'm still doing it. It's like, bro, are you really that useless? It's like, clearly you are. Clearly you're not being congruent with that. Our friend reminded me of that a couple of days ago, right? That he was giving me crap about my smoking. And he said, well, you can't, it's like David Goggins 1 minute, and you're after that kind of mindset, and then you're smoking, and you're too weak to even overcome that. So, you know, and in some ways he's right, and in the other, it's like, well, I'm not fucking, that's why I'm not David Goggins yet, right? I have things to overcome. I am that weak, and I do need to make sure I am working towards it in some way, and all that, you know. Try get a bit better, try smoke a bit less, try get a bit more work done. Start, you know, because I'm not smoking so much, I start breathing better, you know. So just, how am I doing? Yeah, good, going well, Cavo, going well. Just doing a bit of a body double stream, I suppose, at the moment. If anybody needs to get some work done, just, you know, always the floor sweeper, right? I learned that when I had my own full workshop, you know, somewhere else rather than at home, you know. you always end up as a floor sweeper. You don't work your way up, right? It's, you know, you're meant to start at the bottom of a business, they say, right? You know, you start, come in the door as floor sweeper, then you work your way up the ladder, right? That's what we were taught. And when you do something yourself, it's like you're always going to be the floor sweeper as well, right? All your jobs are yours, so. But if I don't sweep up in here, I get lazy. I come in, the messier the environment is, I'll come in here and I won't get jack shit done because it's just, where do I even begin, right? I'll make a big mess in here, leave a mess, come in the next day and it's chaos and it's like, well, I don't want to do anything in here. Which is why I always start with a little clean up, you know. We did have a clean up on here the other night, but it's just still pretty. In saying that, I'm not seeking perfection. I'm not trying to make everything perfect, clean, perfect. But I do want it reasonably nice, you know. How are you going, K-Vote? What's going on in your world, my friend? End up But that is the idea of these streams, guys, is it's meant to be body doubling. That really, I might end the stream soon, and Susie reminded me she's coming home a bit later, so I thought I was going to get off here and catch up with her for a couple of hours, but I guess I'll stay on now. And then my brain's like, bro, just end the stream now, go have a rest for a bit, go take a break. There's only 5 people, but I'll just stay on, man. I'll just stay on. Hopefully it's helping some of you out there. Is anybody benefiting from this right now? Seeing me just bloody putter away at something. Depression. Good fun. Good fun, isn't it? I have to reminding myself in my head right now that everything is a gift to my future self. What I don't want to do right now, I don't want to be sweeping floors. I don't want to be on stream. I don't want to my brain wants to lay in bed right now and just find excuses. And so what's that going to do for me? What does that ever do for me? So, you know, as screwed up as I am in the head, I can sweep a floor and it's making things a bit nicer. Keeps me occupied. Keeps me, you know, it gives me some progress for the day. And I'll still beat myself up. I'll still be like, man, like, what am I doing? Progressing. All I'm doing is cleaning. All I'm doing is maintaining. But without that maintenance, none of the growth can happen. If I'm not staying on top of this stuff, how can I progress anything forward? I can. I mean, I can turn spanners on this and make a mess and who cares? But that'll eat my mind up even worse. So what happened was, I hit a dip in the road and tried to slow down. Couldn't slow down enough and had to turn too fast and wrecked. Nice, good effort. Do you know how to counter steer, bro? That'd be my main advice for anybody learning to ride a motorcycle is focus on intentional counter steer. You know, if you want to go right, push the right bar away from you. If you want to go left, push the left bar away from you. You can practice that literally on a bicycle. Just go down the weave, and that'll, because that's what happens is you come into a corner too hot, and it's, oh my god, like, a really good rider could have just gone around at that speed way faster, no problem, right? So it's a skill issue on your end. So what happens is people come in, they go, oh my god, and then look off the road, yeah, you end up in a mess. Versus looking into the corner, pushing the handlebar away from you. If it's a right-hand bend, you're going to push the right bar away from you, and it's going to carry, you know, you're just going to carry around the corner. You're going to add lean. But, you know, as I said, bro, you're young. It takes time to learn. So just slow down a bit, bro. Slow down, mate. Slow down. Just take it easy. Like if you're going out there trying to go as fast as possible, so drop your riding down to 80% of what you can do. Rather than riding around everywhere like I'm trying to get better, I'm trying to 100% it. Just drop it down to 80%, 70%. You know, you're still going fast, you're still having a bit of fun, but you know you're not at a point you're going to crash. Goldilocks son, you know. Goldilocks son. Hello. Speaking of Goldilocks, hello. How are you, love? How's my girl? How's my girl? How's my girl? Yeah. You gonna sit? Are you gonna settle the frick down a little? No, you're all aimed up, eh? Big swooshy tail. Big swooshy tail. Yeah? Yeah. Oh, sits. Stay. Hey. You're nuts. No, you're not in the... Alright, I'll let it slide at the moment, dog, alright? You hang out. Yeah, I saw you said that, yeah. Yep, that'll happen, bro. Now, you see, what stops you, the best way to stop ending up on the road instead of the grass, my bro, is don't crash in the first place. Stay on the motorcycle. That generally helps, you know? Know what I mean? Know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't come off the motorcycle to begin with, then those things don't become an option. Where am I going to put this? I'm having a moment, okay? I'm having a moment. Here we go. Alison, how's it going? How's it going? Yep, the exciting mundane work of life of sweeping floors and stuff, right? It's always good fun. The necessary work. Yuck. Go get ready for a stream. Alright, man, well, take care of yourself with that wrist and stuff, eh? Seems very bright in here. Alright. Clean our territory here. That's it. Yeah, there's a lot to do here, man. I got about, I don't know, over 10 cars to build. Blowing up my motorbike, getting the other motorbike running. So that's what I do here is try help people with like ADHD, self-help, depression, all that kind of stuff. Motivation, essentially, right? But it's all done through me working on my garage, me going through my battles of, you know, facing this stuff, and yeah, just live stream it. Be myself. I don't know. I'm not one of these blooming pro YouTubers. I'm a entry level, you know. I don't know. I just don't want to change. My whole goal here was to come on YouTube and be authentic. So I said that to a friend of mine. I was putting off YouTube for years, and I said to him, man, like, I just don't want to be. Everyone's so fake, and like, you got to not be yourself. He's like, dude, just be yourself on there. Be different. Be different by just being you. You know. There's a lot to be said about life in that, isn't there? Just be you. Everyone else is taken, right? We've all got our own struggles, our own battles, our own... Some people have life on easy mode, man. In some ways. You know, you feel me? Man, the amount of cluster of crap in here is driving me crazy. All this crap is driving me nutty. All this blimmin'... But again, I clear up this area and then I'm like, oh... I don't really step over here much. I don't really need the clear floor space, but it's getting a bit ridiculous again, right? Let's tow this thing out. I'll tow this out and free up some space, right? Give me a moment. I have to find some keys. I suppose I meant to bring you guys with me on these streams, rather than just like leaving you sitting here to set tow. Do I have to make it more interesting? Right, we'll try and make it more interesting. How about that? Let's read the chat. Yeah, man. It's just learn by doing, man. Like, you know, quite often I don't know what I'm doing. Just spent my life learning, right? Spent my life trying if I figure it out. Oh, wrong key. Hang on. Hang on. Breathe. Breathe. I'm starting to get too excitable. I'm starting to get too like, oh, get this done, get this car moved. Just slow down. Just gonna slow down. And then I can think clearly. Why? Oh no, it's the other way around. This car. Hopefully the battery still has enough charge in it. This thing keeps going flat. So I guess the battery's sad. Exploring it as a new world that puts you at level 1. Yeah, well, hey, nobody knows how to fix anything anymore. And if you don't know how to do it, you're going to have to pay somebody, right? Come on. Good deal. Put your left foot in. And we're dead over there. Let it bite up the throttle a wee bit. Good one. There you go. No gas. No gas, buddy. That diesel torque, buddy. That diesel torque. Toyota. There we go. Now, I'm going to leave it in first gear with the clutch right in. So if it starts sledging down the hill backwards, you can hit the gas. You don't want it in reverse, right? You want it ready to... So if I'm rolling it back, I can just catch it on the clutch really quickly, right? Feel me? Feel me? Alright. Anyway. Put my BMX in here, but I haven't taken it out yet. But yeah, you just learn by doing, man. That's what the channel's all about, man. You learn by doing, right? Gotta learn to do all this stuff one-handed on stream now. Double it through. Hang on. Hang on. Untangle this damn strop. Now, if I pull this through and just knot it, I'm not going to be able to undo that knot. If you pull it through and loop it, you're going to double it up, right? It's quite long, actually. You need to make it. Now we've got a big double loop, right? This is so hard without a tripod. Yeah. Hang on. Oh man, hang on. I'm just going to get the tripod. I'm being an idiot. See, this is what happens when I get too frantic. We need to slow down. We need to slow down. And we'll just do this properly. Alright? Alright. Do that. Simple loop, right? For extra safety, I can do two. It's just a very loose knot, right? But I can undo that without problem. Whereas if I tie a normal knot, it's good. Can't park there, sir. Can't park there, sir. Should be righty. How about that? Right off my feet. Hey, look out, dum-dum. Come here. Here. Replace over there. Over there. Over there. Stay. Nice. Now it might be able to operate in here. Can't park there, sir. All the stuff over there is bugging me. I should probably get the couch and stuff out of there. Susie will be home a bit later. So if I get everything cleared up, I've got stuff for the house there, right? I got the couch, I got all the French doors. Oh, trim me nails. Oh, my neck. Eating too much steak and stuff. My nails grow about 3 times the bloody rate. There's another job to do today. Self-care, look it up. Oh, I don't know, chat. But yeah, just try and do. I think I got all this clear space, right, with the car out. All this room, right, and that's quite organised with the bikes and stuff. So I think I'm going to pull all this stuff out and just spread it on the floor here where I can deal with it properly, right, rather than half-ass it. I'll just drag it all out and go from there. So. Got all these freaking doors here to deal with as well. Some stands, all kinds of shit. How do I want to wrap that one? Here enough. No, chat. All right. Well, what, Revis? Oh, I appreciate that, Kendalene. Hope you're well. Yep, just chipping away. It's not always glamorous, work, is it? Sometimes it's just very boring. Very boring. Well, this is life, right? People are doom scrolling, looking for comfort or avoidance, whatever, right? And it's a hard one, right? Confronting people with, hey, let's just face it, man. Let's just face it, like I am, right? I don't want to be facing this crap. I don't want to, but that's what makes it valuable, right? If I can, you can, right? Surely. It's how I hope to help people with mental health and stuff, right? Because a little bit of progress in your day can make a big difference. Rats everywhere, all sorts of crap everywhere. Stop making mess every 5 minutes. Probably go get it. Groundhog Day. Zero viewing. That's always good. I get it. Though, I get it. People are scrolling through looking for something to entertain them. Then I confront them with, hey, let's make your house tidy or something. People are like, no, run away. Swim away. Oh, money. Free money. Oh, see, found a socket. Is that missing 14? 13. Alright, that's good. Oh! Oh! Missing a 20 and a 21. No good. I saw a guy who made a barrel for this. He had a barrel, like a fuel barrel, and he cut the top out so he could spread all his bolts on it. And then he put a PVC tube below it into a bucket, so when you're done you sweep it all in back into the bucket at the bottom. So we'll integrate that into one of the workbenches at some point, if I can actually get to the workbenches, right? I'm letting it get away on me. It's like Bear was talking about, once it gets past that point, it's very hard to come back, so I always try and catch it before it gets too bad. And it's focusing on big projects and making a mess as you go and whatever, and then there's making it so chaotic you can't function anymore. So you might have got the thing done you were working on really quickly and smash that out, but then you can't do the next thing because you haven't reset. As you can see, this whole floor needs to be taken up. It just was a temporary, when I got this garage, not got this garage built, when I built this garage in a big hurry, that was the situation, right? Get stuff in the door, slam it down, do what I could do on literally no money, essentially. Breadcrumbs. Still running on breadcrumbs at the moment, to be honest. How is everything? Yeah, feeling good, Chinny. Feeling good. Thank you for asking. Thank you for the check-in. Yeah, going all right. Don't feel like doing any of this, but here doing it. So getting a bit better each day, right? Getting a bit better each day, getting a bit stronger in the mind again, finding that old flow again, just by putting in the work, you know. But yeah, just doing it at my pace, taking it, you know, just flowing through it, you know. At least someone is getting something done. That's it, John. That's why I do them, man. Is to I don't feel like doing it either, man. I don't feel like doing it either. So you know, that's why I do them. Because I'm still battling all sorts in my head. It's telling me just to be lazy half the time. Once I get into it like this, I'm doing alright. You know, I can start to see some progress. You know, you just get sick of tripping over stuff, and then it puts you off doing anything else. So these are a lot of the streams I do are cleaning. Then there's, you know, pulling out engines and fixing motorbikes, and like that's the reward stuff, right? But the actual work is sucky. Like you think about that with people who I got some friends who have drift cars, right? The amount of work it takes them to build their drift car versus how much they use it is ridiculous, right? So to build a drift car, say they blow up an engine, they'll be spending weeks, thousands and thousands of dollars to fix it, and then they get knocked out in competition after you know, they do a few practice runs and then they get knocked out in the competition, right? They might get to drive that car for a total of about 10 minutes, right? And they've just spent $20,000 and it's 10 minutes, or first run they blow another motor or they crash it, and they've just made themselves like weeks of work. It's like the drag racing guys, right? All the time and money and everything to prep a car for drag, and it's over in seconds, you know. That's what they're pursuing, you know. So it's all in the work behind it, you know. You never get the outcome without the work. It's like, if I want to get cars out of here at a fast rate, if I want to progress this, if I want to build my life, I can't be doing it just tripping over shit all the time. I've got to stay on top of it. Again, there is a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of, you know, it is what it is to some extent, but I can make it better. I can make it function. I can make it flow. So, yeah. But at the moment, I'm just pulling stuff out. I'm going to try and I want to get this couch and stuff out of here. Then I don't have all the stuff all the way out, because I'll get the couch up to the cabin and stuff, right? So it's a good step in the right direction. How are you going, Channy? Hope you're well, mate. That's going to do. Get that out of the way. But yeah, soon I wanted to already do it by now. But again, I just haven't been putting enough work in. This car should be done. I've had to pull the motor out of it again. The bike's blown up, but it's all getting between me and this whole front floor needs to be, this whole area at the front half, I need to tear it up and like redo the floor. Because it was a very temporary solution just so I could get in here and essentially have one area where I could build cars. But it's strong enough to build this one car, but yeah. I want to add a hoist in here as well, so when I do that floor, hopefully I can get a hoist sorted by then, but all my intention is to get a hoist. It's like the motor blows up on the bike, and it's like, well, which do I fix, you know, which do I sort? So that factored in not buying a motor for that blue bike right now. I'll get the old one running, it'll cost less, and then I can still have sort of some hope of getting a hoist soon, which means I can build the cars a lot quicker with a lift. But without that, it's definitely a struggle, you know, everything makes it hard to get down here, hard to progress. That's just how it goes. It's the way the cookie crumbles, but yeah. I think I'm going to have a bit of we might have a declutter stream today or tomorrow, where I just throw out a bunch of stuff in here. A bit more ruthlessly. It's just a bit much, and I think I'm just going to literally throw some stuff out the door, so I can flow a bit better. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Apparently we're sitting on 0 viewers, so I don't know. Hopefully some people are here. That can go in that car. all the other parts for it. I want to put that out and take it up to the house without it. But here for now, the dangerous statement of cleaning. It can go here for now. Yep. 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 There you're gone. What's that out of? Oh, it must be out of that little Ford. We'll charge it up. We'll charge that up. And that'll be the old dead motorbike battery out of the 1200. Go. Scrap. Hey Mandy, how are you? Keeping well, mate? I don't know, man. I might need to, it's so hard with YouTube now because I don't know if I stay in the automotive category or not when I'm doing all this car stuff and pulling engines. Whereas if I do set, when it's set as like a self-improvement channel and ADHD and stuff, and then I do mechanic stuff, I get no subscribers. So the basis was rather than sitting around talking the whole time, I'll do it as a mechanic, but we'll still talk about mental health and stuff. And I just don't know how to, I don't know, man. We'll see. I guess the right people will happen to stumble in here. Had a council session. Oh, awesome. How'd that go? How'd that go, mate? I'm not going to try to fix everything at once, because that's what my brain wants to do. Just have to... Therefore... yeah, eventually I want YouTube to be a source of income, but not from people like super chatting or members. Like I want it to be a source of income, or my whole income through long form content. So yeah, this is just the, I mean, I guess this is an insight into the grind in the background. It gives me a better understanding as well of you guys and where you're at and like what kind of content I can make that's actually of value to people. so people watch it, then YouTube will pay me for, you know, every 1,000 views is like $15. So that's the way to go with it, right? Yeah, it's just in time, we'll figure it out. Like I say, I don't really stress over the YouTube too much, but it's a hard line between, you know, how much am I obsessing and focusing versus, you know. So at the moment, I'm just flowing through. Like, I know I have to get my own tasks done, the garage stuff. I know I need to improve all this. That's where my hours have to go. So I'll go live while I do it, and if it helps some people, cool. Like, you know, this is me staying away from depression myself. This is me not giving up. This is me pushing through every day, and I hope that's of value to some people. Because you know, you've got to meet people where they're at, and that's what I'm about here, is being real and, hey, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm trying to achieve with the channel, and yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Mandy, I for sure. And that's exactly what it is. The only problem is it confuses the YouTube algorithm of who do they feed me on a live stream. Like, that's why we cap out at like 20 or 30 people in here, because YouTube's like, well, who do I send this to? Do I show it to car people, or right? So it'll dump in, like, at the moment, being in cars and automotive category, it's dumping in all the self-improvement people from the education category, and that's like, you guys come in and you're the seed audience. When I go live, when you guys get notified, the YouTube is basing it on, well, how many of you clicked and opened it? How many of my subscribers actually clicked and opened what I'm doing? And if it shows up as a mechanic stream and they're people who did push-ups with me, they're not clicking on it. So this is where you start to like dirty up the channel and the algorithm doesn't know what to do with you. It's all good. It's all good. As I say, it's just take it as it comes. We'll see, right? Whereas I used to have this pressure on it, like I really want to grow the channel fast, I want this, I want that. Whereas right now, I'm just flowing along, man. Wednesday evening for you. Some storms earlier, trying to stay motivated here. Yeah, I feel that. Motivated, I think, would be the wrong word there, Diana. You know, you're trying to be disciplined, right? If the motivation's not there, the motivation's not there. You know, right? Don't try and keep motivation or seek motivation. Like, I'm not motivated right now. I'm not motivated to be on live right now and be getting 1 sub a day. I'm not motivated to be cleaning the garage. I'm not motivated to do any of this. But I know not taking action is going to be worse, right? Whereas any action I take right now, even if I've been on here an hour, 20 minutes, I was like, I'm going to come down here and chat for 20 minutes and like sweep the floor and chat with people. And it's turned into now an hour and a half. It'll probably become 3-4 hours of putting the work in, right? But yeah. Mandy, as far as YouTube, the critical thing for more people to get fed in here is average watch duration. So when people come in here, how long do they stay for? And like the regulars stay for quite a long time, but I need more people like that who are staying for a body doubling stream, and they're here for 15 or 20 minutes. Then YouTube will show me to more people. But the problem is it's dumping in people who stay for 10 seconds and a half, right? So because what I do is boring. People are swiping looking for entertainment of some kind. I've tried to do the point of view stuff, and it does not work. Every time I hold the camera and I'm trying to do stuff one-handed in that, the viewership drops in half every time. That's why you get caught in that trap where I was sitting inside the caravan, I'm sitting close to the camera having a discussion. That gets me 30 subs, 40 subs a day. Is if I'm just sitting here like this in the caravan talking, and we talk about self-improvement, that's 30, 40 subs a day. If I'm in the garage in the background doing stuff, or even if I'm showing close-up mechanical stuff, people just click off it, even though it's an automotive category. So yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see in time. It's just trial and error, I suppose. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen some mechanic streamers like split screen it, where they've got a close-up camera and then they've got them and stuff. But you know, nobody's cracking it, right? Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Hello, dog. Hi. 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 Is that for me, is it? You take that out of here. What's up, Warriors? Same old, man. Another day in the shed. Another day of trying to improve life, right? Trying to just keep moving, you know. Another day. Oh, my damn knee. There. How you going? What's going on, mate? What's going on? At the moment, I'm just basically trying to get these couches and stuff out of here. I'll take them up to the cabin once Susie gets home to help me carry the couch. But yeah, I'm just flowing along, right? I'm not putting pressure on myself about organising. I'm not like, rip shit, I've got to get this done as fast as possible. I'm trying to just build these sustainable days where I can just keep, keep the motion going, As long as I just sort of keep moving and stay calm, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I usually try and have that in the polls, so it gives people an idea when they come in, or through a pinned comment, right? So that's another aspect that can help. On the binge approach, doing the complete sit down. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sometimes that's the way. Sometimes that's the way. Find what works for you, right? You've got to, as I say, you meet yourself where you're at. You find what works for you. A happy medium alludes. Yeah. So I struggle with that and I still have it to an extent. It is definitely part of like my ADHD that I can't just keep go at things, right? It's you spend 3 days at it and you really you get sick of it and you spend 3 days and then you fall off, and that's what makes it so hard to get back up. I found was because I'd make good progress and go really well, and then I'd sit and do stuff all for 3 days and say, oh, I got a lot of work done, I'll have a break, and you just feel stuck in that up down loop. And that's where it was always like you start to think about or I started to think about, well, I can't, what's the point in getting back up, because I'm going to get all this work done and I'm going to get really excited and make more commitments or whatever, and then I'm going to fail myself, right? So that's where I've sort of stepped away to, even on those days where I want to do absolutely nothing, that's when the motivation is gone, is when we go into that burnout, because there's no motivation, right? So this is where I'm trying to build the discipline of just chipping away, That's the exact happy medium I'm trying to find here. It's working. It definitely progresses me faster over time doing it this way. So. Oh. Need to fix the frame on it. It's the old IMSA race car one, but all the frame is all coming apart on me. So. But I don't have the heart. I don't really want to throw it away. It just needs reframing. It's a good poster, and it's like the only wall art I actually have. So. Yeah. Where'd that other box go of house? I'll put it with that. Where did I put that? I'm losing my mind. There. There it is. I used to have that on the wall, and that looked nice. A little old magazine rack, right? And that was on the wall full of car magazines. It was up there. It looked real nice. And then I had a TV. I took it down. I put a TV on the wall up over there. But now I've taken the TV down, so I need to put the slapboard stuff. I took a piece down and put a TV there. So and then I've just sort of boxed everything in. Get some of this crap out of here. This is all more house building stuff, jib grabber screws. It's all ended up cluttering up the garage. Same with the gym. When I had the gym set up down here, you just start to lose workspace too much. So that's where the cabin's becoming a really good thing to move towards and clear up some space. Yep. This is the windscreen for my project car, and they don't make this colour tint anymore, and I need it. Nervous. just going to put you guys a bit further away there, to be honest. Work a bit better. Little things like this bother me, like that hanging down. Get in. Get in. Always something. We got some more votes here. No, people ain't staying, eh? Everyone just wants to scroll brain rot, I guess. Nobody wants to fix their problems. They'll do it tomorrow, right? Some other day. That's what I was doing too. I don't know, man. You know, there's no such thing as tomorrow, right? Because you could have just got done today. You just churning it in your head for no reason, and you end up hating yourself and feel like you're not progressing. It's like where you put in a little extra. Like making the environment tidier is everything, honestly. It's everything. Like if you haven't got that down, if you walk in and everything just feels like chaos, and you know, you just gotta work at that. We'll get there. Just turned 39. My goals were set to be done by the time I'm 40. By the time I'm 40, we'll get it. We'll get it. I'll be on here every day until I get it. It'll be a long ass year. But that's alright. Nobody's seen the French doors for the house, for the cabin yet. There we go. Here's the French doors for the cabin. Oh, it's pretty. Would you look at that? Start straight outside. Thanks, Mandy. Yeah, always, man. Always got it as long as I'm kind to myself, right? Just calm down. Just calm down. Everything is fine if I just chill. Everything is good. Bit by bit. One little thing at a time. One door at a time. Not the whole thing. Just, alright. I have a plan. I know what I'm doing. And let's just go through the motions, right? This is where, like, this isn't even really discipline at this point. It's just, I don't want to, but just pick it up, carry it, next one, right? And you make it just like very boring, I suppose. It's boring, right? It's like production line work, but we've rotted our brains with people are scrolling past and they keep going because they're used to just entertainment. They're used to fake people and whatever. They're scrolling mostly to look for something to take them away from cleaning and doing that. They don't want to be watching me. They're not here for that. But a very small portion are. Very small portion we reel in the door. We change lives. So when you're ready. Ah, my car fridge. I found my car fridge. I wondered where that went. Oh, that gym's good for something, mate. But yeah, now the cabin's built enough, I can actually bring these couches and stuff out of here. Only 3 votes on the poll today, eh? Ah dear. It's the way, yeah, piece by piece. One thing, and another thing, and another thing. I know it sucks. I feel you. I feel you, chat. I feel you. Ain't got no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it, boy. G'day, Jamie. I'm doing alright, mate. I'm doing alright. How about yourself? Just chipping away. Bit by bit. Life. Just life. All the boring stuff. Yeah, my old car fridge. I wonder where that went. So I keep tucking away things. Actually, come to think of it, I think the motorbike sprockets might still be here too that I need for the 1200. So I had to get them here anyway. There you go. Hang on, are they still here? Alright. Looks remotely promising. Chain. Ah. There you go. I bought all that about 3 years ago for that 1200 and I never fixed the bike. There we go, we got the new sprocket. I knew I had it, I just didn't know where. So there's the new sprocket. There's a new front sprocket. In there somewhere. And a new chain. Right. That gets the 1200 all sorted. 50 days. So we got it running. I've been waiting for, I ordered the rocker cover gasket for it. And that's on its way. They've got to get it through the Pacific warehouse. Then it's got to go to the dealer. Then it's got to come to me. So probably sometime next week. Nice to meet you, Rosie. Oh, yeah, just flowing along, mate. Just flowing along. I mean, to motivate and inspire people when I do these streams, right? Like, I'm doing stuff I don't really want to be pushing through, but you know what I mean? It's how you move the needle forward in life and beat depression and that. So here we go. Just chip away at it. Just chipping away at it. That's a good trick because I don't know where the other cushions are for it. I have 2 of them. Where's the other cushions? I've never seen them. That could be a problem. Why don't I have the other cushions? the hell? Oh, they're there. Okay. Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay. What up, chat? What up, chat? There we go. We've got a nice couch now. Should I leave the couch in the garage? We can just sit here and chat and be like, yep, self-improvement, yep. Down here in my garage, yeah, this is my shed, yeah. It's nice to have the couch out again. Excuse for laziness. So working on your assignment soon, fantastic. Yep. Yeah, I'll wait till Susie gets back before I carry the couch up the hill. Just easier with two people. Puppy, you gonna come here? Come. Hey, here. I'd rather you didn't bring your lump of clay with you, dog. That's alright. Come up here, on the couch. On the couch. Hello. Why? You gonna sit? No, you're not. Oh gosh, I'm under attack. No, you're not. We don't need the lump of clay. No, I really do. I need to clean anyway. Right, you're all right. You're all right. You're all right. You're all right. All right, take that out of here now. Take it out. Out with it. Come on. Yeah, I'll just take a minute here. Might grab a drink in a moment. Just flowing along though, you know, just flowing, just chilling. Just, you know, do things gradually rather than overwhelm yourself, right? And take our time. Take our time. Is that why I go finish what I started? I will continue to support the channel. Much appreciated, Diana. I do appreciate the support. Yeah. It'll grow in time. It'll find its audience. Yeah, it's just the hashtags, the category, all that. I'm still figuring out what works and what doesn't on here, right? It's very hard to like be totally authentic and genuine in myself, and then like I feel I'm being fake in some ways by using certain hashtags or something. Like I really try and just be in alignment with it all, you know. Try to be real about this. And I'm basically putting all my eggs in the basket of me being myself on here will be valuable to people, of just being real rather than putting on a character, right? Rather than just producing entertainment, I want to actually be able to have a positive impact on people through this, right? So, yeah. It's going to take a moment, chill out. Two tasks, I did one task yesterday, 3 parts to it. 3 parts to task 2, so I did 1 part today. Yep. That's it. I appreciate that, Mandy. I appreciate it. Yeah, we're slowly but surely finding the audiences. And as I say, like I'd rather have 3 people watching, like you and Diana and stuff, that are, you know, you're flowing. It's helping you. You guys bear in that, right? Where it's helping you guys. I'd rather do it this way than for 300 people in a chat going by a million miles an hour going, oh, you know, putting rubber bands on a watermelon or something. Like, it's not about money for me. It's not about maximum viewers or anything. It's about how many people I can impact. But yeah, I'd prefer there were 300 people in here. You know, getting stuff done each day and improving their lives would be, you know, that's more the end goal. It's where we're trying to head. And obviously I will get better at doing this through the process, right? I'll get better at trying to do YouTube, I guess. So I mean, that's what YouTube was, right? You put yourself on the internet. That's what YouTube, the concept of YouTube was it's YouTube. You upload your own content, you know, and a lot of people just come on here and then they're not being themselves. It's not them. It's an act. It's like people say stuff in their chat and they're like, oh, you know, and everything's very like people pleasy. It's very fake, right? And I couldn't do it, man. I can't do it. And yes, I do want to make money off YouTube, but I want YouTube to pay me. I want YouTube to pay me for long form content, which means it doesn't cost you guys. I've made a video that people want to watch and they're benefiting from the information, then YouTube pays me because of the advertising or whatever. So that's the plan, long term. We'll see how we go. But lately it's been slow. We've gone from like 40 subs a day to like 1. Just doing, because I've moved from sitting in the caravan with a camera like this. Like, hey guys, let's talk about mental health and da-da-da. Now that I'm in the garage doing stuff, and I'm not in front of the camera the whole time because I'm actually getting my work done doing body double streams. It's slow. You know, I'm offering something on here that a lot of people are looking for. They're looking to improve their lives. They want to improve little things, but they're not looking for it when they're doom scrolling YouTube. They're not scrolling to be confronted with a guy being like, hey, let's actually make your life better and let's change it. It's not what people are looking for, right? They're looking to wind down for the day. They're looking to, I don't know. Some people, we're finding the right people day by day. So, it'll all work out. YouTube's a learning curve. Yeah, like anything. Hey, Sasha. Good to see you again. How are you, man? Just got the old couch out from the corner. I'm clearing out the corner, so we're just having a sit down for a moment, but I'll shuffle the couch out of the way somewhere. Wow, that floor really did drop a long way. This whole floor of the front of the back of the garage, I've done 2/3 of the back floor properly. The front half of the garage, all this flooring's got to be torn up. Which is fine, it'll be like a week job on live, right? We're going to take everything out of the front half and do that. But not right now. So the more organised things are when I get to that point to tear this up and actually get it done properly. Because it was initially done in a big rush and I was like, I've got to get this done so I can get these cars built quick. But then it being like this made me not want to come in here. It being like, let's just get everything in the door, let's clear a space and build a car. But every time I came in, it was just too overwhelming, right? So, we'll get there, but I've got to take all this out, clear it all out, and clear out this whole, so everything, this whole area, this whole front half until about there, I've got to rip up. That's alright, Hello, how are you, Wolf? How are you keeping? And we just found... I had a rough idea of where they were. There's all the chain and sprocket kit that I bought years ago for the 1200 bike. So the 1400 bike blew its motor the other day. As some of you know, the 1400cc bike blew its motor. And we've been getting the 1200 going. Because yeah, I can't sort that right now. Rather than pull it to a million pieces, I'm just going to put another motor in it later. So drag the old one out of the corner, so I'm piecing this back together. Needed tyres. You know, I rode it. Couldn't ride it anymore, the tyres were gone, and the chain and sprockets were stuff, so we got those. We'll get that on it, we'll get new tyres on it as well, and I've ordered the rocker cover gaskets, so we'll fix that too. Yeah, doing alright, just flowing, just going through the motions a bit today. You know, it's another one of those days where, you know, I could be sitting inside brain rotting myself, and you know, I could just sit on my phone all day and do fuck all and then hate myself tomorrow, hate myself tonight and whatever. So, again, it's just going through the motions, and anybody else who's feeling that way and doesn't feel like doing jack shit, I invite you to, you know, do 5 minutes of clean up while I'm doing stuff. Even 5 minutes is better than no minutes. 5 minutes of focus on something is better than 3 hours of overthinking it, so, you know. That's the ambition. Calms you down a lot when I have a clean and soothing. Calms down a lot when you have a clean and soothing space. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, just the more you can be at peace, the more you can not be in a heightened emotional state, right? That's emotional regulation. Is if you've got all the reasons and all that, but you can't function well in that state, right? Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's drop down. I didn't know that. Yeah. I might have to do this floor soon. It's lasted this long. Like right now, I can make myself the next week. Like my brain's going to for the next week. I'll just rip everything out and redo all of this and do the floor once and for all now. I have to kind of talk myself out of that because it's not the right timing to do it. Because that's the ADHD redirect, right? It's like, oh, let's just change it. Let's do everything the other way around, and let's completely abandon the plans we had, rather than just cleaning out this corner a little bit to get a couch out. Let's re-engineer everything that you've been wanting to do for months right now, and that's not something that's going to be advantageous to me. So, yeah. For like this floor is so temporary, and it's failed. Apparently. Ah well, not a big deal. Not a big deal. I'll just keep on going. Just keep swimming, Dory. It's like all these containers in here need to be sorted through. But do I really want to pull them all out? Actually, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm going to compromise with myself on all the shit I want to do. I'm going to pull these bins out so I can sift through the parts and clear out into my workbench a bit. These are all. A good friend of mine passed away, and I bought all the all his spare parts off the family stuff. So all been shoved away, and I haven't gone through them yet. They came in the door, they got shoved in there, and because right when he passed away, when he died, he was dying of cancer. Right when he passed away, I was like 3 days away from moving out of the building I had. I just built the garage, and I had like a week left to move out of the building and move everything in here, which was half done. And then I heard he passed away. The day I got out of my rented building, like the moment everything, the last carload came in here, I had literally 2 minutes to go, okay, I locked the door at that place, I'm done, I've handed over the keys, got back home. I don't even think I unloaded the car. I went inside, and within 2 minutes I watched a live stream of his funeral because I couldn't get down there at the time because of everything that was going on. So it was a shame to not see him off, but at least I saw him off, you know. So, yeah, it's a heavy one on that topic, but anyway. Break down everything that needs to be done to make the space clean and put on a list and just do one thing at a time. Yeah, for sure. For me, that's definitely right. And for me, it's also, I have to balance it. I can't just spend all my days just cleaning. I can't just spend all my time and days organising. Like, I have to get these cars built. So I try and do a bit of it, and that's why I'm getting the couch and stuff out of here, so that the stuff that's sort of still near the car that's bothering me and I feel is sort of in the way and up by the other car up the back, like all this kind of stuff up the back, that means I can't work on my own project car, which I can't really put much time at. But if all this is cleared up, then hey, I can spend an hour on it here or there. You know, it allows me to come in and actually work on my own projects and stuff. So again, it's always about that balance, right? About finding that balance that's going to work. Yeah, as I say, we're just pottering along throughout my day here. This is how my days go in the shed usually. Like, sometimes you'll see me doing the bigger tasks, pulling out engines and stuff and whatever, or wiring and stuff, but there's the other aspects to it. You know, I'm building a cabin, I've got all this going on, and just try and make it better so that, like, I've got a year left. It was just my birthday. I gave myself until 40 to be debt free, have this garage done, clean, organised, like some cars built and sold to be totally debt free, and have a cabin built and have the decks done. I've got a year. I've got a year left, and I've gotten better over the last. I set the goals when I was 37. When would it have been? I don't know. It was 3 years ago. Sorry, 3 years ago is when I started, like, with a blank bit of land here. I mean, I'm giving myself until I'm 40 to achieve this stuff, and I need to get it done. So I'm in that last year now. I've gotten a lot better over the last couple of years. but this is really the hard grind year. And I'm really I'm locking in, you know. But I'm not locking in a grind, hard push, or I'm going to burn myself out in a week. This is about a sustainable, brick by brick approach, right? Piece by piece. Hey, Hank, good to see you. Hope you're well. Yeah, just getting the couch and stuff out here, the French doors for the cabin that have been stored in here. Getting some of that stuff up the hill. Probably going to clear out like these Fiesta doors and stuff. I could sell them for a couple $100 each. I mean, I might list them for a week or two, but again, I'm too cluttered in here. There's just too much in here. So I'm just having a bit of a reset because I realised it was stopping me coming down here so much. It's eating away at me, so I just need to make some headway on it. Yeah, this floor was done really temporarily and really shit just to make it so, hey, we can build one car here. So, I have to redo it. What was I doing? Pulling this stuff out. Oh gosh. Bins of parts, my mate. Yeah, the garage when I first built it and got stuff in here was a total mess, and then I got it all really tidy and got it all really organised. And the stuff from my mate who passed away, I think it went into a container up at the storage yard, and all the engines and everything went into a container at the storage yard up the road. And then I just didn't want to keep, like, I couldn't afford to keep spending the $60 a week for the storage up there. So, how are you, bro? So, yeah. How does it look like your old garage, mate? What are you... Messy. Oh, man. Oh, I'll keep on at it. As I say, I'm just pulling this stuff out. I do want to sort through some of the stuff. I'm not going to sort through... You know, if I went through every bin in the garage, I'm like, I'm going to pull everything out and have it tidy up. I'll be here a long time. So, my battery clamps, I'm looking for that. See, when it's too cluttered, I can't find anything. Like, I was looking for a battery clamp the other day and missed it ahead of himself here. Like, this is the problem of being half organised, right? There's all my battery clamps in a box. One, it's the wrong size box, and two, I couldn't find it when I needed it. So we need to get build some systems. It's not mess, mate. Everything has a place on the floor. On the floor, yeah. We're getting. I'm trying to make the places a bit better, bro. As all. Well, as you can see, stuff's just stacked up in that, right? So, you know, it's under my workbench, but the workbench is full because this is all just random unorganised car parts that's just been shoved in. So, trying to make it a bit better, and yeah, basically, I've got to tear up the whole floor here and tear everything out at some point. So the more organised this is, the more everything is just structured that I can just move it over there, get the floor done, and then just put it back in rather than trying to clean and organise at the same time. So at the point I rip everything out, I want everything very well structured. So I can just take stuff off all one shelf and put it in one box or one pile and then just put it all back, you know. That's the plan anyway. The plans do change along the way sometimes. But, you know, I'm just trying to... Like, I've got cars to build and stuff. I can't lean into ADHD distractions and go, I'm going to clear this out. Like, I could just leave this here. That's the real logic I get from a mate of mine. He's like, just leave it and just build the freaking car. And I'm like, dude, when it's like this here and it's all this chaos, I'm really struggling to operate. So, yeah. I keep sort of clearing off the workbenches and stuff moves, and it's just, yeah. You fall to the level of your systems you have in place, and I don't have shelves in here. I don't have any of that kind of stuff. Whereas now I have a drop saw. I have the miter saw, and I can actually frame this in a bit, and we can do something here. I think we can do something. We'll see how we go. For the moment, I just need to pull this crap out. That's all I need to do. It's as simple as that. I don't need to think of the whole thing. I just need to... I always used to do this with like bedside table drawers, right? I'd get out all three drawers on my bed and a rubbish bin and maybe a cardboard box and you know, start going through stuff. So I was a terrible hoarder. And then it sort of transitioned into car stuff. It's keeping too much, you know. My mate, I got all this off as a hoarder too, and you know, everything just goes in a bin. And it's like everything off the car went in bins, and it's like, well, we need to work through it, and what's that? Wheel nuts. What else we got? Ah, that's where my wheel nuts went. Okay. See? If I can't get it when I need it, I spend how long digging through bolt bins looking for one flipping wheel nut. Right. It's a bit sun glary like that, ain't it? Oh, no, that's no good, maybe. A bit better. The missus hates it. Oh, Susie's very understanding of sort of how I operate and what I've got going on. How, like, Susie understands I'm very behind on stuff. Like when she met me and came over here, there was like just car parts just scattered everywhere. Like there wasn't there was a driveway and there was a shit all through the gardens. There's just crap everywhere, right? But she understood that's where I was at. I was in the middle of building the garage doing that, you know. So it's been a very different relationship to anything I've had in the past. It's, you know, she's meeting me where I'm at, right? And we work together at building a life together, you know. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Well, that corner, it looks a lot more open than it did, at least. We're getting there. See, the moment I've introduced, have you noticed that? I was standing up the entire time, working, and the moment I've got a couch in here, now we're just going to sit on the couch and have a chat, mate. Yeah. Anybody due a coffee? I could go a coffee break at the moment, guys. Anybody feeling like a coffee? Tea and coffee break, is it? Maybe a biscuit? Your partner's totally intolerant of your ADHD. Yeah. I mean, as always, you know, you're trying to. It's partner. A partner is it's like a business partner, right? You've got to be working together and not against each other to go in a direction, or else it's not a partnership. It's a poison, right? That's why, like, you know, people date different people, and you try and you try and find what you can and work it out. But yeah, sometimes it's the people closest to you are what's destroying you, and you need to. And sometimes people who were really reliable and really supportive and that can flip the other way on you and stuff, right? So that's why it is so important to craft who you're around. What a Rosie. Yeah, I think we'll be due a coffee in a minute. We'll have a little break up in the caravan for a moment or something. Heidi's just sitting on the hill, sunbathing. She's actually sitting there looking at me with a lump of clay, like, when are you going to throw this for me again? But yeah, the floors all dropped down over here, because again, this was so temporary. It was like some scraps of wood if I get it in there. But it's alright. I'll tear it all out, and I might take this race car chassis out or sell it, or I got to figure out something to do with this race car chassis, which is under there. There is a race car chassis here. And I don't think I'll ever build it. And if I put up for sale, the chance of somebody buying it, I would really like to build it as a long-term project. It's just I'm very far away from it. But in the meantime, it's like this should be the 4 car parking spaces, and then that should all be workbenches and workshop area. And I've got this tube chassis sitting there that's really in the way, essentially, right? I can't really put it out on the outside because it was wreck it, you know, it was rot it. It is painted, but yeah, if you put things under like a tarpaulin cover out here, or if you put things under a tarpaulin, they sweat, right? So when the sun comes in and heats it up after, all the moisture off the ground gets evaporated up into the car, so it just becomes like a moisture tent over your car. That's why you got to be really careful with tarpaulins and stuff. If water gets under it and a bit of light beams under the side of the car, it just evaporates it up under the cover, and then it'll rot out a car 10 times faster under a cover over here than leaving it just out in the weather. where it can actually dry out. Known as since you were 14, now 56. Wow, man. That's awesome, dude. It's a long time. Yeah, it's taken me 20 years of dating the wrong people. It essentially wasn't until I stopped looking and spent a couple of years just building the garage, working at myself, working at my own life, and it just happened, naturally, right? I think that, like, whereas all the bad relationships I had were through like dating apps and stuff and meeting people, I got on with them. Like, there was some all right relationships there, but nothing that was really going to last, right? And then it would generally end up like destroying my life. I'd date someone for 8 or 9 months, and it was just like, get me out of this. It's just, it would come to that point where I just had to call it, or they'd cheat, or whatever. And yeah, I decided to spend some time alone, work on myself, and get myself to a point where I could meet that right person. Takes time. Life's a journey. Life's a journey. Yeah, I'm just feeling like a bit dizzy and shit at the moment. I need to go. Let's go hydrate a minute. It's actually because I'm sitting here. I'm trying to do. That's what it is. I'm sitting here. I'm trying to do this and talk with you guys, and I'm looking at this like I need to process what's actually happening here and what I'm going to do. How far do I go with it? How far do I go? How much stuff do I pull out of here? How much work am I making for myself? Because it's really easy to get like, oh yeah, let's just pull everything out. But I can't be spending the next 3 days, 4 days doing nothing but cleaning. I'm thinking I might do a late night stream tonight at like 1 in the morning or something, because that's when the ADHD can get really motivated to pick through all this little stuff. I don't know if I'll do that on camera though. We'll see. I try to stream as much of it as I can, But being like, I quite like having music on or just silence, right? And I can stop and stare at this. I can sit here and stare at this for 10 minutes like this and think about what I'm doing, and oh yeah. But like, I can't do that when I'm on camera, right? And retain viewers. I can't sit here staring at this for 10 minutes going, oh yeah. It's not exactly a show for you guys, so. That's where I find it, like, that's where I hit this point right now where I'm sat here and I'm like, what do I do next? We go to coffee, and then like while I'm chatting, I'm going to be thinking about all of this, so I'll just take a moment. Bear with me, folks. I'll daydream for a moment. How far do we go with that? My brain just wants to rebuild the whole damn floor right now. Just like, screw it, let's just spend a hard grind week and just do it. And just get the stuff out of here, get it ripped up, and just get it done. So I can stop bloody whining about it. Well, that was a bad idea. It was a very bad idea. Getting old. This is the realities of being 39, chat. Yeah, g'day, Chicken Rampage. Alright, mate. I hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying yourself with that. Just flowing along, man. What's up, puppy? Yeah. What's she yelping about over there for? Heidi, what are you doing? What up, dog? What's up, dog? Alright, I'm going to have a coffee in a minute, guys. What's that? Sorry, Mandy. Disappoint me. I'm gifted, and everyone thought I was going to be some rich, famous person. Meanwhile, my whole life I'm secretly struggling with Tourette's and neurodivergency. If that's in a very negative way, Mandy, I would suggest you start to maybe think about moving on from that if it's affecting you that negatively, and you've tried to talk about it and you feel you're not heard and they're not getting you and they're not getting it. it's better to be alone and build that self-belief, right? That self-confidence. Like sometimes you need that time alone, man. Maybe just take a break from them for a week or something and say, hey, I just need like a week to myself to be able to function without all this judgment, without all this coming at me. I've had friends like that, relationships like that, and sometimes a bit of a break and a reset can help. And then the cards fall as they may, right, out the other end of it. Sometimes you'll have a break from somebody for a week and then they go out and sleep with someone or whatever when it's like, agreed that wouldn't be what happened. Then they get bored and lonely and they go out and do whatever. But, I'd rather know that. I'd rather know that early on than 20 years deep that if we have an argument for a week, they're not going to go do that. They're not going to go to a bar and go home with somebody or something. It's, as always, guys, it's only my opinion. I'm not right about everything. That's my perspective. Yeah. Well, it sounds to me like you're trying to address the elephant in the room and you're trying to fix the problem, whereas they want to live in the problem and just, yeah. Just what's in your heart, what's in your head, what's the feeling that you feel needs to change? Try talk with them about changing that. If it cannot be changed, you have to move on because it's killing you. It's not, you don't want to spend your whole life like that, and if it's not changing, it's, how long do you stick around? How many times do you have to listen to that, right? I've had partners that have been like that with me. They're just the most negative people and they're always negative, and it's just where they're at, whatever. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It's just that's where they're at in their journey. That's where they're at in life. And throughout the relationship, you grow ahead of where they are. And it's like friendships in school. Like, you leave school and some people become like drug addicts and losers and totally screw up their life in whatever way. And other people go and build a multi-million-dollar business. Well, those two people can't hang out anymore, right? The guy running the multi-million-dollar business empire driving his Lambo isn't hanging out with his schoolmate who became a homeless drug addict, right? Like, people change paths, right? It's just as people grow at different rates, right? So your circle changes. Howdy from your friendly neighbourhood. Yowie, I don't know what that is. Got some wheels going yet, mate? Well, we got the 1200 bike running. I got the 1200 bike running. So now that it runs, I've ordered the valve cover gasket for it and the spark plug hole seal gaskets. Just dug out the sprockets and chain for it that I bought like years ago. So we'll be back soon, probably a couple of weeks. No major rush on that. It's just, getting that bike started, now ordering the parts, to sort of set everything in motion to allow that to happen in a couple of weeks, right? So now I can sort of stop stressing about it and just keep chipping away at things. And okay, it's on its way. I've ordered the parts. I've done all I can with it, and we'll go from there. Just want to do a couple. We're going to have a coffee shortly. I'm going to go up the house or go up to the caravan, whatever, for a coffee and a tea. So we'll be doing that shortly. If anybody wants to sit down, have a chat, have a tea, coffee, something to eat, whatever, and we'll take a little break. But I just want to achieve a couple more things before I get out of here. My bulk buckets. I really need to move all this right now. I need to weigh out if I spend a week just freaking tear out all of this, tear up the floor, and just go hard at this for a week, and we'll just stream it all fucking week, like 10 hours a day. I'll just stream 10, 12 hours a day of let's just rebuild this whole damn lot to get it done. I'm very tempted. Because I've got to wait for parts for that blooming grey car anyway. I need to at least see if it's the knock sensor is the problem or if it's somewhere in the loom. Once I've established that, then I really know the timelines on that. I'm just trying to think what else could affect the timeline. What else stops me building that car right now? What else do I need? What else do I have to order for it? Not sure. But maybe I do just spend a week, just rip up the floor and get it done. What else do I need? I've got most of the concrete to do the floor because it's all built on steel beams. The back floor I've already done this with. Well, part of the back floor. The front one was literally thrown in to get a car in the door because it was gravel, it was flooding. Like the first 6 months I had this garage, it was a gravel floor, and every time it rained, you couldn't get under a car because it was just deeper water under the car, right? So, it's come a long way, but it needs to be redone. So this is how much time and effort do I put at that right now? Do I just put a week at this and just have the next first day now is clear stuff up, get ready for it, start just throwing out excess stuff and try and alleviate some of this problem. Won't jump right into that right now, of course. I will think about it later. I'll think about it off stream, I think, and just decide. All these bottles of oil shouldn't be up here, they should be on these racks, and these racks are like half falling apart, half stacked. Rather than put them all away, we'll just get some stuff out of the area, have a bit of a repack of it, do something. A little bit sometimes random, very small amounts, bro, to help me sleep and stuff. I find it makes me very unproductive, bro. That's the main thing that makes me unproductive, is if I smoke in the morning. If I haven't got going with my day yet and I smoke, nah. Like today I had like one little puff when I was up about an hour or so, had a coffee and had like one tiniest little puff just to level out my mind a fraction. But again, I'm more trying to get away from it completely, man, because if I'd sat there like this morning and had like a full cone, I'd just lay in bed brain rotting the whole day. I would not be here doing this, That's just the reality of it. Yep. She's a friendly channel with it, man. She's a friendly channel with it. People can live how they want. I'm not here to judge anybody or anything. I'm just here to, just go through the motions, man. Get things done. Like, I don't want to be doing any of this, but it needs doing, right? I don't even know half of what's here anymore. More building screws for the house there you go, that's how many screws it took to put the roofing on the garage. It was full. Start making little piles to sort through and stuff and lay it out a bit. Just try and get this area a bit clean. You can see that the floor's dropped down here. This temporary floor I put in, it's attached to that bit of wood, and it obviously now is not. So, yeah. Oh no, my original passport. This will be funny. This will have to be from when I was about 12 or 13 years old. If it's even going to open, we're going to be able to see the picture. Or maybe. Oh, half of it. I'm going to have to cover up the rest of my details on that. Where's a bit of cardboard? Just so I can show you the funny picture. Alright. I'll need a bit of something to cover it with for sure. One moment, chat. Just to give people a laugh of me at about 12 years old, I'll show you the picture. Hang on, I just got to cover up everything else, given it is the internet. There look. It's little Venom. There we go, there's little 12-year-old Venom. There we go, there's my old passport that I found in the garage. Handsome young fellow, eh? Right? It's crazy I still have that. still look cute. Your frog. Learned a long time ago that bricky bongs were not my thing. Now I wait until I've been up for hours. Motivate me sometimes too. Yeah, legal. Yep, legal for your arthritis pain. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, that's where I'll utilise it. Like I might have a little while I have a coffee or something, but we'll see how we go. I might give it up completely. We will see. What are we doing here? We're pulling out service manuals. It's like the last time I did need a Z service manual, it was tucked in here and I couldn't get to it. That didn't help. But yeah, it all kind of got thrown in when I first built the garage, and it's just ended up like not enough happening. So try and at least clear out this corner a bit, rather than everything be stacked out into the room so much. You know? I'll get all these fuel cans out, like they'll get shoved under there and that, so I'll clear up that kind of stuff. That won't fall apart. As I said, hopefully that don't fall apart. That's more junk. Like, I don't need stuff like this, it's, you know. No, Hoarder Brain says no. Well, Hoarder Brain says yes, I'm saying no. I'm saying no on that one. I'll find another way. Find a new storage for magazines. A mate of mine had a cool setup where he did, in his garage, he got all his old car magazines from like 20 years, and through COVID lockdown, they sat there cutting them all out while they're hanging out in the shed, having a chat, whatever. Everyone just sat there cutting out car pictures, and then just stapled them all over the walls, you know, painted the walls white, and then just staple gunned them everywhere. Pretty cool effect. I have no idea what the word yowie or whatever yowie means. I've never heard that before. Somebody explain it to me. Somebody fill me in on that. I think water has got in and wrecked a lot of my old magazines, to be honest. Oh, I think it might have wrecked a couple. Oh well. It's only material shit, don't really matter. Old junk. A lot of water's got into that corner somehow. Why so much water ended up in just this bit? Okay. How high is the, I guess the rain just, yeah, it's coming there, I guess. Somehow. I know it was leaking above this here somewhere too. Oh, we'll fix it. Always ways to fix things. Large, tall, hairy. Okay. Heard Sasquatch Bigfoot. Okay, alright, thank you guys. Sorry. Sorry if I missed that message random. I try my best, bro. Try my best. I'm trying to think about all the stuff I'm trying to do at the same time, sorry. So I do try and get some of these fuel cans out of here. My spare fuel cans. Definitely have a clean up, but yeah, I've got to fix that whole situation. So it's alright. At this point I'm just bringing stuff around. But I'll sift through all of these. I'll probably bin most of the stuff and just go through it. Just go through the motions instead of overthinking it. Just move one thing at a time, and then I'm all good. Take the pressure off myself. See? Calm. Calm. Just keep moving. I'm making a mess, dog. Out of there, dog. Out of there. I wish I was a bit shorter, eh? My nickname in school was Shorty. I was the shortest kid in the school. But now I'm too tall. Now every time I bend down, I'm blooming. Got a lot going on. Oh, we've all got a lot going on. Oh, you can keep that to yourself, Mandy. I got enough of my own problems. No, those are yours to cling on to, mate. Oh, life, adulting is hard. Wow, right. That fuel can, yeah. That's the diesel one. You know, I may have a problem with hoarding fuel cans, guys. Dingoes on dinosaurs. Dingoes on dinosaurs. Alright. Ah, the internet. Where do you people come from? Talking about dingoes on dinosaurs, eh? Really? What am I meant to make of that? As a creator personally, what am I meant to make of that? Oh, I've done enough extra shit since I wanted to have a coffee. Let's have a coffee. I'll turn the light off, save the power, save the planet. There we go. Turn the lights off like a good boy. Alright, that's it. Me lighter. Can't read the chat in the sun at all. This phone case sucks, man. It's good. It already protected the dog. Already scratched the case and left 2 big scratches on the. So it's got an actual plastic built into the front of it. As far as screen glare and stuff, it's bloody horrible. That's alright. Better to have the dog wreck a $40 case than wreck a $2-3 grand phone. Wait on, dog. I'll just move your bed back up there. Hang on. Wait on. I'll move it. It's fallen off. There you go, bud. I'm having a drink now. Alright, maybe that works. Somehow when I flip the camera around, sometimes YouTube, if I hit slightly off to the side of it, it literally takes me out of live and takes me to the YouTube app. It like reboots the app. I don't understand why it does it. Grumble. Alright, what are we doing? We're making a coffee. Make a coffee, we'll have a quick chat. That was the plan, right? Is that the plan? I think that was the plan. Lieutenant Dan. No, your bed. Hey, your bed. Give me some space for a bit, dog. Let me process. I don't want to get overstimulated. That's why I might have a break off streaming for a while, guys. I start, like, right now I'm literally sweating, and it's like an anxiety thing and whatever, I think. I'm just having a little bit of a, like, for a sec, so I just need to slow down. I notice I get overstimulated and angry and stuff way more easily if I'm overheating. If I feel like I'm sweating, Wait, you, off, your bed. Late or early in New Zealand, it is 1:20 p.m. 1:20 p.m. But I'm probably a day ahead of you, so it's 1:20 p.m. on Thursday. It's Thursday here, Thursday afternoon, so I do live in the future. Do I have a cold drink? I don't think a coffee is the best idea right now, maybe. What do I got? I've got orange juice. Pure orange juice. Only 10 votes on that poll. Yeah, time traveller, that's it. Maybe you're the time traveller. living in the past. Oh, it's very cold. Oh, that pure orange juice has some kick to it, mate. I'll tell you what, boy. My brain right now is full of, do I just tear up that floor, move the race chassis, I'll be done with it. I know I'm making a massive ordeal for myself, but if I gave myself a timeline of a week to smash that out and just gun-ho at it, I can get it done while I'm waiting on bits for this car, while I wait on the bits to arrive to fix the motorbike and shit. I could just do it. I can just send it. Tempting. Tempting. I also have another guy's job. I need to go to his place and get a couple of cars running, which he said sort of next week, a couple of weeks ago, but I don't really hear from him much. Maybe he's waiting to hear from me. I suppose I'll give him a call later today, see what he wants to do, where he's at with it. Always things to do, right, guys? Always things to do, always things to consider. But I just need to breathe. You know, it's when I get like about it, I'm not gonna make the right decisions. I'm gonna ADHD jump into, all right, let's just clean the whole garage, let's do that, and I'm gonna go, I can do this in a week, and then it's, you know, I could spend 3 weeks doing it, you know. So I've got to be careful. I've got to be sensible. I was hoping to buy a hoist before I did that front floor so I can engineer the hoist into it at the same time, but I don't think that's going to work out. No. It's not that way, Diana. It's that you're alive in the future already, so you already know you're going to be alive tomorrow. So I'm in Thursday, and you're joining me in Thursday. So that implies that you're still going to be alive on Thursday afternoon. It's the joys of me living in the future. I am a time traveller. It is true. Yes, living in New Zealand, I live deep in the future. That's what we've concluded. Yes. Just beating myself. Like with ADHD and autism, my brain is running like 10 different trains of thought while I sit here right now. So I'm just you know, processing. See the if my eyeballs start spinning or smoke comes out my ears, you know I overdid it. But as I say, I'm real on YouTube, and I want to display what it's actually like with my conditions and stuff. So yeah, sometimes it'll be moments like this, I suppose. Oh, I don't know. Where do I limit what I stream of my life? You know, where do you draw that line of like, do I talk about the stuff, think about the stuff, so it helps people with the mental health side of it, or do I just do it like off stream for my own well being, where I can actually sit and lay, like I'll lay here for an hour. If I get off stream now, I'll lay here for like an hour and just process and think and stuff, and that can be really beneficial. So, and factor it all and start writing it all down. Or do I write all that down on stream? Do I sit on stream and write through that, and here's how I'm going to process that, and here's all the things I'm going to factor and consider? Like, do I run through that with you guys? I just don't know. Sometime for YouTube, sometime for you. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Mandy. I definitely have a lot of me time as well, though. You know, I'm not on YouTube all the time. I'm streaming sometimes, right? So, like today, it's 2 hours 40 minutes of my day, and I've been working for most of it. You know, and it's 24 hours in a day, so there's definitely. I mean, I could stream like 12 hours a day if I can do it in a sustainable way where I don't feel like I'm constantly going back to the camera and stuff. If I can make it work that I can do that, then I think it's more beneficial to people for the body doubling and stuff. But I also have to have times where I'm actually, yeah, just processing. Okay, let me put it this way. Either, I'll put it to the chat. Either I tear up that floor now, like start aiming at that from today and start just tearing up the floor, getting the things out, tear up the floor, smash it out in a week, it's done. If I leave it as I have, I've got to get the motor in that car, get that car running, get the motorbike running, da 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 da. Which that all has to happen. Now, getting the motorbike sorted, getting the car sorted and all that is going to be a lot better if the floor is properly done, rather than there's constant problems. There's constant tripping over boards and stuff and whatever. Is it enough of a problem that I just rectify it now, get it smashed out and done, and actually set the garage up better? I spend a hard week. Do I just stream all week for 10 hours, 12 hours a day, just grinding my ass off at this? Because I can do that. Or I can just take it more chill, tidy it up a bit, and flow until the car parts arrive and bike parts arrive, and just get those done. And then does it become another 6 months before I get that floor done, and it's interfering with other things, right? Every 5 minutes, check messages. Yeah, just a kitchen timer that beeps, right, and just have it on the screen. I check messages every 5 minutes. That could work. Yep. I like your suggestions, Mandy. I like the way you think, Mandy. It's very good to bounce things off with you. Yeah, I do appreciate it, guys. Yeah, check the messages, not in front of the camera. Yeah. The hard thing is when new people come in, if you've got I've talked to AI about it and stuff, and it's like if you've got your back to the camera, people are gonna swipe past. Whereas when I talk like this, it's usually a lot busier. It's usually maintains a lot more people. I may have to change the YouTube category again from autos and vehicles, because I think it's just putting it into, obviously it's putting it into the car people, whereas I think I might just have to put it to an actual, self-improvement type category, which is how to and style. It's a very saturated, very full market. Most people are in how to and style, but I don't think it's working in the automotive section as well. Like we're sitting on two viewers at the moment, it says. So usually a conversation like this about this kind of stuff would usually in the old education category would have been 20 viewers, 15 to 20, right? So maybe I need to change that up again. Also, live and learn, right? We learn each day. We live and learn. Which makes your life better and easier. Go for that first. Yeah, Diana, I think, yeah. It just becomes like an ADHD side quest rather than get the car, just smash the car out with the way things are now and smash these things out and get them sold and clear that financial situation versus the mental strain of like where it's at. And every time I go in there, I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. Deciding if it's actually worth taking that week to do it. If I commit to a week, what's a week, right? A week, the car being a week later isn't the end of the world, and it will improve. I have to do it after this car's done anyway, but my goal was to get this one car done, then try and progress all that other stuff. But now the motor's come out of that car again. I was putting it off. I got the motor in that car test drive. I'm like, sweet, I can almost tear up my floor, and now the motor's out again, and now it's all a problem again. I'm just like, so... But you see, it's driven by, I'm just going to do a little cleanup under these benches. I'm going to clear out this little area, which is what I've been doing. And then suddenly it's going to progress into, okay, now I'm going to tear out my whole garage for a week. It feels like a very ADHD side quest away from what I should be doing. So I'm sort of slamming the brakes on myself there. Something to think about. I'm mulling it. I feel like I'm trying to consider it, mull it and consider it clearly, but at the same time I already feel like, man, I'm just going to end up tearing up that floor and just doing it. That's what my brain wants, but I'm trying to decide, just because that's what my brain wants, is that what I should do? Oh, ADHD, man. Oh, cursed, bro. Cursed. If I can harness... You know what bothers me the most about things is people are always like, you've got so much potential, you got this intellect, you got this drive, you got this, yeah. It's like, yeah, I've got all of that, but actually executive dysfunction, actually making it happen is the hard bit. So when you've got all the knowledge, all the plan, all the intellect, all the whatever to do it, when you can't actually turn it into an outcome, it's just like painful, man. It's painful. Because you're being told by everyone, oh, you got all this potential, and then you see all these people who are like way dumber than you achieving a lot more, and it's like, oh, bro, really? Come on, man. That's where the self-hate sits. I feel like my tombstone will say, unfulfilled potential. But we'll get there, as I say. Well, the thoughts are there, but that's all right. We'll keep on. We'll just keep moving forward. You get the crown for being about every hour or so. It dishes out 25 points per comment. So if you go up to the top fans thing up there, it'll say top fans or whatever, you can click on that and it'll bring up the leaderboard of how many points you have. So like, if I was monetizing, you make a donation. Like donations can be 300 or 500 points, stuff like that. Yeah, so that's why you get the number 1, number 2, or number 3 top chatter. It says you're a chatterbox. Yes, it's one of those little YouTube things. Oh man, just burning myself out of my brain today. I agree, dog. I feel you. Oh, dog, new tricks. Yeah. We never stop learning, Diana. We never stop learning in life, right? We always, we're always facing something. That's you're learning till the day you leave. That's the meaning of life, is to go on the journey. So, here we go. No computers, YouTube, etc. When you went to school, yeah. It was pretty. I mean, when I was at school, it was very early on, but it wasn't anything like it is now, right? It's an attention economy now. So yeah. But yeah, if you're new here, say hello if you want to know what the channel's about and that, or anything more and whatever. If it's, it keeps stumbling people in here who are leaving, so feel free to say hi or talk. I'm not like other YouTube channels. I'm not the entertaining. I'm not the entertainment you're probably doom scrolling for, but I'm the thing you're avoiding. Usually, I'm usually the thing people are avoiding and putting off, and that it's keeping them awake at night. And they don't want to face that, hence their doom scrolling. So if you want to talk about it, right, I'm right here with you. And we try chase our goals and dreams, actually make things happen rather than just exist. That is the plan. Oh, most definitely, Diana. I'm sure I will learn a lot from you also over time. That's another thing I love about doing YouTube, is it's not about me doing YouTube and like building a channel and stuff. It's like I learn so much from you guys as well, and different perspectives and stuff. Like, and I have to be open to that. And appreciate me giving a space for that honesty. I appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate you guys being here and joining me. The reality is you guys could be on anybody else's channel, and like I always have to remember that you're choosing to spend your time hanging out here on my channel. So that means something to me, right? That's proof positive of what I'm doing is in some way reaching people, which is all I wanted for the YouTube channel. Like honestly, the only reason I keep coming on here is I don't want people to feel the depth of depression I felt, the helplessness, the going through it. I want to try alleviate that for anybody I can, even if I can help people this much and stuff, and hear the stories come back that, hey, it helped you. It's like, cool, man. Like, But as I say, like I don't usually sit here like this anymore. Like, I'll sit here for a break, we'll have a chat, but I can't sit here for 3-4 hour chats. Because I have so much to do. So I'd rather be in the garage progressing stuff. It's just this is where the subs come, right? This is where I meet the new people, the things happen, is I kind of have to sit here like this, and I'm really trying to find a way to do that while working on stuff in the garage. We'll see. I'll figure it out. Like I think it's going to take me months to figure out in the garage of when do I flip the camera around, how much do I talk, to actually make this work better, Doom scrolling's another new one, but maybe self-explanatory. Yeah, pretty much. Just doom scrolling, just flick, flick, flick. It's just people don't really have an intention, right? You're doom scrolling. You just scrolling away, not really knowing what you're looking for. It's almost like a lack of aim, right? That's how the algorithms work, right? Is get you to flick through stuff. Like the social media algorithms are all built, like they hire people qualified in psychology. That's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to make it as addictive as possible. So say the algorithm knows you like gardening, and all you like is gardening. The algorithm is on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on anything. If you only like gardening, it's not going to feed you just gardening. What it's going to feed you is gardening when you get on there in a bit. Then it's going to feed you a bunch of irrelevant crap and see if it can get you into anything else. And then when it sees that you're scrolling slower or you're flicking over things quicker, it's going to give you gardening again. And it's constantly going to, you'll swipe. It's like a gambling machine. It's gardening. Oh, swipe, 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 swipe. Oh, here's a gardening one I want to watch again, right? That's what it's doing. It's not feeding you. The algorithm does not learn that you like gardening, so it only feeds you gardening, or you like gardening and motorcycles. It's not just going to feed you gardening and motorcycles. It's going to feed you those when they feel they're about to lose you off the platform, when you're about to close the app, or they're going to send you a notification. You close Instagram or YouTube, they're going to notify you with something you really like and engage with to bring you back on. Like, they're after your time. The thing of value is time, and they're trying to get your time. Like, essentially, I guess I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to get your time to sit in my channel rather than anybody else's, right? This is the game of life, man. It's an attention economy. So I've got to have something of value here to offer. And before I did YouTube, like, I didn't want to make money off YouTube and stuff, but I would like to make money through the long form content long term. I want to build something, but I don't want to do it through brain rot. I don't want to steal people's time. People flex that on like Instagram and stuff. They're like, we made a YouTube channel doing just absolute brain rot. We made $2 million. Like, I couldn't sleep at night, man. If I'd done that I'm just stealing people's time to offer them just shit. And the argument from those kind of people is, well, people will choose what they want to watch. It's not my fault if they choose to watch my garbage slop content that's making me money. And it's like, you know, to me, I just have a conscience with that shit. I want to be able to offer people stuff that's actually helping them, because the world is a effed up place. And I think a lot of people are seeking, they want to actually achieve what they want in their lives. They want to actually feel like they have a life, not politics and this and that and war and I can't buy a house and just feel hopeless and defeated. You know, I don't, who wants to spend their life feeling defeated and like they're not enough, you know? So that's why I promote, you know, just, hey, 5 minutes here, an extra 10 minutes there, and just these little things to keep on top of things are what's going to keep that flow. From New Zealand, from Auckland as well. Hey, Florida State. Nice to have you here, man. Awesome. I'm a Kiwi also. We've got Mandy. Mandy here's over in Australia. Diana, I always get this wrong with Diana. USA, right? Did you say Minnesota? Damn it, I'll probably get it wrong. Minnesota? I always keep forgetting with Diana. I feel terrible. She keeps correcting me. Was it Minnesota? It wasn't Minnesota. It was Ohio? No, it wasn't Ohio. I tried. GA. What's GA? GA as a state. GA. Is it Georgia? Oh, you're in New Zealand, Mandy. I thought you were in. Oh, why did I think you were in Aussie? Oh, okay. Oh, this is good. This is even better. Georgia. Okay. Georgia. Thank you. Right. I don't know. Georgia. Do I support gay men? I support anybody living their life however they want, man. As long as you're not forcing it upon other people, right? We've got people of all walks of life in my channel, man. Everybody comes from a different place, man. Everybody's got their own way of living. I only take issue with that when people force it on other people, like, you know, and they're literally like, it's like having a Mormon come and door knock on your door, like, you know, it's like I'm bothered by salesmen who knock door to door when people's only sort of place of refuge from life these days is their home, you know, and then they come knock on people's door on a Sunday, you know, things like that. I think it's you know, do I like LeBron James? He's a basketball, isn't he? I don't know, man. I don't get involved in sports and stuff, bro. Yeah. My channel here, bro, is all about building your own life and cutting distractions. That's the basis, right? Is so you can actually build the life you want. So if I'm looking at every sports game or this or that, like, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of, you know, you like sports and you want to watch a couple hours a week or whatever. as long as the work is getting done and you're actually pursuing your own dreams, right? Because otherwise you spend your whole life doom scrolling and watching sport, and you're watching everybody else live their lives that you wish you had, for example, right? Um, yeah, so I try and look at my own life and what I'm trying to achieve, Well, obviously, there's lessons from people like LeBron James, these top level athletes. There's a lot you can learn from them about discipline and getting from where you are to how did they get there, right? They tell their story. That's more the stuff I'm interested in rather than actually watching the sport. Want to make my channel, but I don't know how to get people to watch. Just make the channel, man. Learn by doing, right? Like I'm doing here. Learn through the process, right? Is That's exactly what I go through here, man. People will watch what they want to watch. I my focus is on being a genuine creator and being myself, not putting on an act and just trying to help people and serve people. And the best way I can do that is by just being me. So some people will like me, some people will absolutely hate me, man. People come on here, they absolutely hate me, but that's life. You're never going to please everyone, right? Of everyone on YouTube, most people aren't looking for some random New Zealander talking about self-improvement and ADHD and taking control of your life. But for some people, they come in at the right time and they're in that state that day where they don't want to keep doom scrolling and they actually want to ask a question or something. And it takes time, man. It'll take years to build this channel up to have a bigger audience and stuff. You just keep on turning up. Yeah, caravan at the moment, man. We're just having a break from the work at the moment, having a bit of a chat. Apparently 1% of the UK likes my channel. Well, that's all right. Turn it off, just read tarot cards, an old-fashioned book with a cover. Yep. That's it, Diana. You find what serves you, right? That's something you actually want to do, yeah. I think, the world's sick of it. A lot of the world is sick of it. Just the constant distractions, constant something else in the news. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I got too many of my own problems. I got a caravan too. Oh, awesome, man. Wicked. Yeah, I'm in a caravan at the moment while I build a cabin and stuff and a garage and that. So yeah, just chipping away at it. One sec, guys. One moment. No, I'm not going to sing anything like that. No. I try to take things a bit more seriously here, mate. I do find it. No, I was just lighting an incense candle, mate. So incense smoke. Yeah. I do find it very interesting that you say you're from Auckland, New Zealand, but it says Florida State roleplay team. Curiouser and curiouser, my friend. Incense, sure, yeah, exactly, man. I just got to check on that. Roblox channel, okay. Interesting. All right, man. Yeah, I personally don't put too much time at video gaming anymore. I used to spend a lot of time. I used to be literally, essentially a full-time video gamer, right? For, no money, I was just unemployed and smoking a lot of weed and playing Forza Motorsport 14 hours a day. That got me to world number 2 in Forza Motorsport, but it didn't pay me, right? And this is about 5-6 years ago. So when I got to that point, and then I tried racing online lobbies and stuff, and it was just, there was no challenge anymore. I'd hit the ceiling of where I could go with it. And then they realized, and I was just miserable in a way with it, right? And I was like, well, if I can achieve this in video games, what can I achieve if I put my efforts into the real world? So I did that, and within 2 years, I'm on a real race motorbike, on a real racetrack, right? Actually living it and doing it myself. And I tell you, man, that's a lot more fulfilling than playing it out in a game, And saying that, like, I still like games, but I got rid of my Xbox One and I bought a PlayStation 2, right? So I cut off gaming completely because I could not control myself with it, right? ADHD and getting addicted easily to things. I could not control my use of an Xbox. I'd play it even right before I met Susie, about a month before I met Susie, and even when I first knew her, I was still video gaming a bit. And I would literally take the Xbox and put it away in the cupboard at night. I'd bring it up out of the garage because I needed to work in the garage, and the TV and the Xbox were in the garage. And I was like, oh, between stuff, I'll just jump on occasionally. And between races and stuff, I'll duck off and go work on car stuff. And that did work to an extent, but what ended up happening was I was playing it too much. I'm like, I'm going to put the console in the cupboard in here and tuck it away every night. And in the morning, I'm going to go and spend 3-4 hours of work. And then once it gets to at least 3 in the afternoon, that's when I'll play the video game console in the garage. But I'd wake up in a mood, and I've got the Xbox app on my phone, and people are messaging me going, oh, bro, jump on, come drift. So out came the Xbox out of the cupboard, and then I spent 5 hours drifting instead of doing work, right? So this is where it's very difficult working from home if I cannot regulate these things. So I got rid of the Xbox One and then didn't have anything for about a year until I saw Shaun of the Bread's live stream, who's now a good friend of mine, and he just plays on an old PlayStation 2. So taking away the online element of video games meant I enjoyed video games again, versus I was getting aggravated because I try and drive on Forza and I'm drifting, and guys are just ramming you off the track in Formula One cars. Guys are just people are just abusing each other over the mic. It all became like I got into video games and cars and motorbikes and all these things in my life out of a genuine interest. It wasn't out of a social thing. If I want to be social and play video games, I want to go to car meets and stand in a car park and be like, look at my fancy wheels. Like, that was never my interest. I grew up with cars because me and my dad worked on cars together. We liked the tinkering on cars. I did BMX not to show off. I did BMX because I liked the feeling of riding a bicycle. Like, same with motorcycles. I don't buy a shiny motorcycle to make other people be like, oh, look at his motorcycle. It's a tool for me to do it, And that's where so many people get lost. They're trying to buy things to impress everybody else, and what will other people think? And it's once you dispel of that and just actually do what you want to do, it's very very liberating, right? There's no return on investment of your time in a video game, just like there isn't watching movies, there isn't doom scrolling, any of it, right? It's all time that you're giving up from your life that is not going to pay you. But it's like me doing all this. It's not paying me, but I'm able to help and serve other people. So it's worth it. There's an outcome that's worth it, that I'm able to help people who are depressed, have ADHD, whatever, with a different kind of self-improvement, because normal self-improvement does not work for ADHD people, which is why ADHD people get frustrated because they try the self-improvement stuff for years and years and years, and they're like, none of this works. Why are other people doing this so effortlessly and easily, and why am I still falling off path every 3 days? It's like, because it's a different way of doing it. It's a totally different brain to a normal human, the way it operates. So you have to have a different way of treating it. You can't cure ADHD. There is no cure for ADHD. There is only, building systems, building structure, finding ways to operate with it. And I'm getting pretty good at it. So I thought I might share some information. And yeah. What I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to jump off here for a bit. I'm going to go think about what I'm doing with this garage. If we just continue cleaning how we were, or if I'm just going to tear up this floor and just redo all my racking and stuff and just spend a week on it. I'll need to talk to Susie when Susie gets home and just run through it and figure out exactly what I'm doing. We'll come back with a plan. But I need to be off stream and process all that. Finish part 1 of task 2 for assessment. Perfect, Mandy. Great work. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a break for a bit, guys. I'll come back up within the next hour or two, and we'll either do a couple hours of sort of cleaning stream or something, or we might do freaking 5-6 hours of just tearing out everything in the garage to rebuild the floor. We'll see how we go. I'll make a plan. I'll come back. I need to write a bunch of stuff down. I'm going to work through it in a book. I could do that on stream, but I'm not in the right state to teach that right now. I need to just process, right? So I'll go through it that way. And yeah, we'll be back later on. So thank you all for coming by. Do comment on my shorts, like my shorts, like on my lives and whatever. You know, if you miss a live, drop comments and stuff. It all helps me in the algorithm, guys. So I do appreciate any support. Thank you all for coming by. That's all I ask for in return, guys. Is just, make sure you go through, like some of my old lives, drop some comments, and then I can reply to them. And it shows engagement to YouTube that, hey, people actually watching your stuff. And like, I keep mentioning that, and then people, like, I get like one comment a week at the moment, so that would really help me out, guys. I do appreciate it. All right, take care, and I'll catch you soon. A couple of hours. Peace. Remember to eat